reflex are here.
I thought, I guess you were joking. I was afraid you were going to play that Charlie Daniels song. I really was. I thought, well,
Don't be afraid.
Charlie Daniels is 81 today.
But.
And he's lived at least 30 years longer than he should have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than he was needed.
Yeah.
Racism feeds his soul.
Damned old racist.
Yes.
So, anyway.
On this day.
Yeah.
Simon Le Bon, lead singer of Duran Duran, was born.
Also has lived a lot longer than he really needs to.
59 today.
59.
Carrie sort of played this under duress, and I realized, well, as excited as I was that it was Simon Le Bon's birthday, Carrie and men of a certain age do not share my love.
You would be excited that it was Simon Le Bon's birthday?
Women of a certain age.
Oh,
jeez.
Love
Duran Duran.
We
all do.
I once dated a girl who I said she would be the perfect woman if not for her love of Duran Duran.
Yeah, exactly. It is. There is something about whenever Duran Duran came out, there was this weird kind. I think it was a solar flare that caused women of that age to just lose every bit of artistic taste they had.
It exploded.
It wasn't about artistic taste. They were a new wave boy band, and they were all
what
cute,
they sound like.
And that was enough.
That's enough for me.
They had hit after hit after hit, Bill.
Of stinky song after stinky song after stinky song.
And that one I just remember because of my first Top 40 radio job. Well, it wasn't even Top 40. It was what's called Adult Contemporary at the time. It was that album. It wasn't their first album, but it was their album that exploded, the one with Hungry Like the Wolf on it in Rio.
Yeah.
Seven and the Ragged Tiger?
Thank you. See, women of a
Wild Boys!
But we were playing the records, the 45s.
Yeah.
And you had to cue that song up. And after a while, the cue burn would kick in. Now, normally when a song just starts with music, the cue burn's kind of covered up. But that one starts out with vocals, please tell me that. And it was hard to hide the cue burn, and it just sounded terrible every time.
It's, listen, Gina, I'm sorry, but, you could say they had hit. Let me point out that Pat Boone had a #1 hit remaking Little Richard's Tutti Frutti. That was a #1 hit because people have no taste. People have no taste, and that's why things become #1 hits a lot of times, because they go, oh, that's, hey. They like it for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons.
Well, who's to say what a right reason is?
Me! In this case. And I dare say I could line up music critic after music critic who would also say that. So, I hate Duran. No, I actually kind of have to confess, I kind of like that song, Wild Boys.
Wild Boys?
Yeah.
Wild Boys is a terrible song.
I kind of liked that one.
It's not a song. It's a chant.
I know.
In the pantheon of Duran Duran, that's the one you're picking?
Yeah, give me a list. Give me some names there, just quickly. Because it's I know we got to get this thing over with. But
Wild Boys is the worst.
It is not, because they didn't try to make it a song. It's a chant. Yeah!
It is a horrible.
This is what you play when you're a soccer hooligan. Oh wait, this sucks. Never mind.
This is terrible.
Never mind.
And I mean, I'm looking at them, and I'm like,
Carrie, you don't
Planet
understand.
Earth is terrible. Union of the Snake is terrible.
I love Union of the Snake.
Of course you do, because they were cute.
Wait.
What's this one?
Ordinary World.
Wow.
I don't know this one at all.
This one, as I recall, was kind of nice.
This is, I picture them walking slowly in the rain.
Touching each other and themselves.
They're just walking.
Yeah.
It's kind of
it's a nice song.
Oh, no, here you go. Here you go.
The Reflex.
Oh, the Reflex. No.
It's a lonely child.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No,
None
it's
of their
about
lyrics
masturbation.
Make any sense? That song we just played. There's a dreamless dream to roll with broken glass for us to hold. Is that the lyric? I never bothered to look.
If you don't realize that the Reflex is about masturbation, there's something wrong with you.
What?
Masturbation?
Yes.
For a lonely child?
Give me. Yeah, absolutely. You do it in solitary.
You've
You're
thought
at
about
least-
the
at
reflex
least
more
you
than
should-
I have.
No, this is the first time I've ever paid any attention to the lyrics, and that's what it said.
The worst, though.
What's this one?
This is a James Bond song.
Oh yeah, nah, never mind.
Doesn't it
View
sound
to-
like a James Bond
A
song?
View to a Kill.
Yeah, never mind.
Where they said, here's the name of the movie, go make a song, and they went, all right.
You to a kill. Oh yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we need to officially begin the show in just a couple of seconds, and so none of this counted anyway, so I'm not going to hold it against you, Gina. It's fine. The folks at Diamonds Direct, they won't hold it against you either, especially if you want to go in there and Eternity Band. That's all I'm saying.
Bill's really angling for
What
it.
is the Eternity
It's
Band?
like-
I don't know what
It's
that
a
is.
ring that has diamonds all the way around.
All the way around?
Yeah,
a
because
band.
it's eternity. It never stops. It's a non-stop diamond.
I
ring.
would have thought by now you would have went down there and gotten a diamond earring stud.
No, I don't wear the studs anymore. That's,
you don't?
No,
Okay.
they hurt my ears.
Oh, okay.
Diamonds Direct, they're just across the street from the Fashion Place Mall, 6400 South in that that area of little shops across there. And they have case after case jam-packed with beautiful jewelry, earrings, pendants, eternity bands. Do men wear eternity bands, really?
No.
I don't know.
But I think I would look good with one.
You would. You could pull it off.
Thank you. Bracelets, fashion rings, stackable rings, pearls, colored gemstone rings. So could Simon Le Bon.
Yes.
And exquisite designer jewelry at Diamonds Direct. They make deals with the diamond cutters and the diamond merchants in Tel Aviv, and they are undercutting everybody when it comes to diamond prices. Go see what we mean. They're very nice there. You'll like them a lot. They're 6400 South, right across the street from the Fashion Place Mall, Diamonds Direct.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers every weekday at 9, 2, and 5. That's when you need to listen to win Killers tickets for their show on February 6th at Vivid Smart Home Arena. Killers tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
From celebrities to moms right here in Utah, more and more women are consuming their placentas in pill form.
Don't do that.
Listen, I want you to hear
Okay.
these. I want
Even
you to,
if. Okay. Wait. Don't go on. Even if there's something about eating your placenta, you would have to do it the way your dog does it when she has puppies.
Yep.
If there's anything to it, drying it out and putting it in a pill kills whatever good thing you think it does.
medical expert Gina Barberi, listen to the testimonies of these women,
All
Gina.
right.
The placenta, for those of you who don't know, is an organ that grows inside the uterus while a baby is developing. The placenta gives nutrients to the baby, and some believe,
Some
Some believe.
People are saying, and I'm hearing.
Ms. Barberi not among them,
No.
but some people are saying, and I'm hearing, and I have the tendency to believe when some people say and I hear, and then I believe, that it is also capable of giving mom key nutrients even after it, that is the placenta, and the baby are delivered. Quote, so what happens is, studies show that about 72 hours after delivery, once the placenta is delivered, hormone levels drop, said Rachel Talley, a midwife, Gina, and herbalist. Are you either of those two things?
Wow, a midwife and an herbalist.
Are you?
I am neither of those.
All right. All right, then.
Are there any,
I want you take out your credentials and show me.
are there any doctors or scientists around?
Carrie.
Studies, Carrie.
Studies?
Studies
Herbalists,
say,
herbalists.
according to this midwife
And a
Midwife
study,
and
a,
and herbalist,
a study could be, you know,
Okay.
I've studied things, and that's. a
it
study.
takes 4 to 12 weeks statistically said an herbalist and midwife, for the body to and the endocrine system to start producing these hormones again. So what we're really doing is natural hormone therapy. After Miranda Hansen delivered her second child, she said she felt the despair of postpartum creeping back in. The first 5 days was like a flashback, she said. But after taking her first placenta pill, she says, so here's evidence right here, the symptoms softened in just 20 minutes. It was like this fog that was lifted, she said. It was like a breath, like it was totally like, I could just like feel like it was clear. It was
Couldn't possibly
amazing.
be that you were thinking that would happen, so it happened.
Oh my God, you are so negative. Miranda says she bonded with her baby, got back on her feet quicker, and dropped her baby weight faster after taking the pills. Other moms, like Melinda Dratchell, also weighed in. I'm a big fan of Western, like modern medicine, she said. I'm all about the epidural, which I know you are, Gina.
Big fan of the epidural.
But she said the placenta pills worked for her. It was a little strange at first when I started
and
talking.
they kept the
taking them.
cougars away, and they kept...
Rachel Talley midwife and herbalist, charges. What are you charging for this advice, Gina? Huh?
It's free.
She charges $250. Okay.
How much does she charge?
What it's worth. And that's what it's worth.
How much does she charge?
That's what your advice is worth. Because her advice, midwife and herbalist, $250 for her services. She said a placenta typically yields about 200 to 300 pills. Some hospitals won't release the placenta, but if they do, and if it's handled correctly, the health department said they don't see a risk in consuming your own placenta, but they do caution folks not to share their placenta with somebody else.
Please let me have some of your placenta.
No.
Come on.
No, don't share. No placenta sharing out there, okay? Rachel Talley, midwife, herbalist, and placenta encapsulator.
And making money off of it.
She is.
Wait, that couldn't possibly have anything to do.
She is a placenta encapsulator as well.
A placebo encapsulator.
Yeah.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Thank God our president, though, yesterday stepped forward to declare opioids a national epidemic, and he has a solution. We're going to run a bunch of ads telling kids on TV and radio, telling kids that these drugs are not good for you and you shouldn't do them.
Well,
that'll
work.
And you know, they're going to spend a lot of money on this gigantic advertising campaign,
Yep.
and that'll work.
That'll work.
And by the way, I have already received word that we're not included in the buy.
I'm not surprised.
They're not going to. All right, let's
Officially beginning the show, brought to you by 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center. Authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, and entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
Yeah. Oh, we need your check-ins, too, by the way. We forgot to mention that. 877-602-9696. Call right now as I tell you about the show, the official beginning of the show. You call, tell us what you're going to be doing today, and one of the things that we'll tell you is to just say no to opioids.
And
that'll work.
And you could win tickets to White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, which we'll tell you about in a minute.
The moon is a waxing crescent, 46.1% of full. The moon will rise today at 9:29 p.m. today being Friday. It's the 27th day of October in the year of our Lord 2017, and this is North America's most ample radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi, the senior executive producer and lady-in-waiting to the Radio from Hell show is Richard Thomas Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video that you can see at x96.com/live, and Nick your buddy, Nick your pal, is here today helping out.
All right.
All right.
Check-ins are brought to you by White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, a slyly humorous, audaciously pointed theater entertainment meets social experiment. None of us know what it is either. We're all going to find out together on November 4th when Bill's doing it.
And I don't know what it is.
The Star doesn't even know.
No.
But it runs through December 2nd with different readers for each performance. Go to utahpresents.org for tickets.
All right.
Okay, let's begin the check-ins. Let's start with Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, Double A Aaron.
Hello. Good morning, guys.
What's up with you?
Yeah, I'm just on my way to work. It's my birthday, so just only give 43% today.
Happy birthday. What are you doing later for fun for your birthday?
The family's taking me out to eat, so that's going to be good. And
do you know where?
Have a nice, relaxing day.
Do you know where they're going to take you?
They're going to take me to Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right.
You want to watch a bunch of sports all at once.
Well, maybe he likes the wings.
You can't avoid the sports all at once.
Aaron, now, how old are you today?
I'll be 43.
Congratulations for making it this far. We wish you another 43.
Today is my birthday, and my father said I can have anything I want.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. See ya.
Thanks, Aaron. Let's go to Matt. Hello, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Morning, guys. Thanks for letting me listen.
Sure. What's up?
I am on my way hunting right now. Day off, and I'm going to go have a beer when I get home.
So you didn't get your deer yet, huh?
I'm a duck hunter. I don't know. I can't shoot a real gun, so spread my wings a little bit.
Do people say, "Did you get your duck"?
No. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Did you get your duck?
Did you get your duck? Because I know they say, "Did you get your deer?" But
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck with your in your blind today.
There we go. I'm not a great shooter, so I am pretty blind.
All right. See ya.
Let's go to 877-602-9696. Mike in Tremont.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Mike, what's up in Tremont today?
Well, no, I live in Santaquin now.
Well, it says here Mike in Tremont, and I'm only as good as the information I'm given, so...
Yeah. No, it's Mike from Tremont, and I moved to Santaquin.
I remember.
That's too much to put in the...
Yeah, I remember.
Why do we...
Well, you're Mike from Santaquin now.
All right.
Yeah. So Mike, how are you adjusting to life in Santaquin?
Easily. It was an easy...
Really?
Easy transition.
Oh, yeah, there's meth everywhere.
I mean, there's really not much difference between Tremont and Santaquin, is there?
You need Percocet?
You can make it. You can make it anywhere you want.
Too bad. You get some Sudafed in a bathtub and you're set.
Yeah.
some matchsticks, and what do you need?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if that's.
I was going to say, what's the match? I don't know the match.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, you're the sulfur.
All I know is that if you need Percocet, you move to Springville. It's everywhere. It's growing on trees down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for checking in with us, Mike.
Not for long, Carrie. They're going to have those TV ads out, and it's all going to go away.
TV ads will make it go away.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep.
I'm sure.
We learned from Nancy Reagan.
Just say no to
Just say
opioids.
no, and that's the way it makes it.
Are they going to offer treatment help, like help paying for treatment?
Well,
They're going to let people out of jail and then put them in treatment facilities?
Are they going to clamp down on and fine and jail the drug companies
Of course
who
not.
have flooded the market with
No,
these
the
things?
drug companies wrote the laws that made it possible,
Oh,
so
that's
it's all right.
I forgot.
Yeah, the commercials will
So
work.
we'll do some TV ads to
Yeah,
tell
those
kids that they're
commercials.
bad.
Yeah, because we're clearly anti-business, aren't
They're
we?
really bad.
Yeah, they're bad. Don't do them. Nick, the
hi.
hog tender. Hi.
Nick, the hog tender.
Hod.
Hod.
It says hog.
I know.
We
here.
talk to him
Only-
every day. It's the hod tender.
I just.
It says right here, hog.
It says. I don't
Again,
know.
I'm
I
only-
thought maybe it's another Nick who works with hogs.
I know who you are, Nick.
Hi, guys.
Hi. So, Nick, what's up with you today? You just tending hogs?
Yeah, cruising out to work to go hog some tens.
Yeah.
You know?
What kind of hogs are you growing out there?
Well, they're all mean.
They're
all mean.
Yeah, they're mean. Those hogs can be mean, that's for sure. Well, listen, you have a... See? Hey, Nick, Nick, you sound like a manly guy, and I know you do work with bricks, but you giggle like a little girl.
It's a perfect combination.
I like that. That's kind of nice.
Got to be sensitive a little
All right.
That's right. Thanks, Nick. Thanks
you.
for checking in.
And let's go to Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Good morning, Radio from Hell.
Good
morning.
Listen, been a fan of y'all since I got here 10 years ago from Germany, and I just want to say thanks for letting me listen, and I am on my way to work.
You don't sound German.
No, not at all.
I'm military. I was stationed in Germany.
Oh, I see. And you came, did you get transferred here to Hill Air Force Base or what?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and you're still in the military?
I'm in for 9 more months, then I retire, and I'm taking you guys back to Texas with me.
Oh, that's nice of you to take us with you.
Thank you. We appreciate
We
that.
can make that physical, or we can just keep it professional, and I listen to y'all on the radio. It's your choice.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
What kind of a place you got in Texas?
Yeah.
Be living in West Texas. It's nothing but farmland.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah. And have you got a nice spread there?
I got about 150 acres.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm with you.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we could spend days and not see each other.
We'll take.
We each get our own parcel. I like this.
Let's take Nick the hog tender with us, and we can raise some pork.
And Chicken Rob, that's a whole farm.
Yeah, we'll get a farm started. Jake, gotta go.
Thanks,
All
Jake.
right, y'all take care.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Kimberly, the boring New York lawyer, checking in. Let's see. Licky and the Angel, check again. Friday, not themed Friday.
Not themed Friday.
It's just Hugging Friday. Give us about 60% and push and get us to the weekend.
Super Short Sam, longtime listener, first-time checker inner on my way to work at Hill Air Force Base.
Meg the manager, still no days off. Raven, thank you to the Cancer Bites crew, Broovies, and everybody that attended or donated. You gave 200%. Deserve warm-hearted rest today. Larry the Solar Guy checking in. Randall checking in. Putting in his finishing touches on his Star-Lord costume. Tim the Tree Guy.
Sounds like we got a show today.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Let's get it going then. Big boy news and a pinuendo after these.
Yep, coming up in the news, Gina. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'll break this to you gently.
What?
But George H.W., another one coming forward.
We'll talk about it.
All right. So,
On the way.
so-
And I'll tell you about Thor
yeah.
coming up.
You want to check traffic here?
Yes. if you
Oh,
don't
let's
mind.
see if we've got anything to alert you to. It's looking pretty good so far.
All right.
Only one thing, a crash westbound. Oh no, that was at 5:30 this morning. So that's gone. So traffic looking good. Brought to you by Snowbird. Stop by one of the upcoming recruiting events on November 1st, 7th, and 15th, or apply online at snowbird.com.
All right.
Now, we want to tell you about another theater event that's happening today. And we're going to give away tickets for this event. It's Snap Judgment. If you know that show on NPR, it's a lot of people love it. It's Snap Judgment, and it's going to be at the Eccles Theater tonight in Salt Lake. The Snap Live Twisted Tours, hosted by Glenn Washington, master storyteller Glenn Washington. Also coming along with him, Dawn Reed, Joyce Lee, Jen Kober, and Jamie DeWolf, all great storytellers, and James Judd, backed by the Snap Players Band. Storytelling, they do funny stuff, they do really heart-wrenching stuff as well sometimes on Snap Judgment. And Snap Judgment Live is it's described as kind of a raw, intimate musical brand of narrative, and if you want to see it tonight, we're going to give away some tickets. Now, there are tickets still available to buy at arttix.org, but we're going to give away a pair of VIP tickets right now along, let's see, so that will include the show, obviously, but you will get to go to a reception with the cast after the show. So if you want to go to Snap Judgment Live tonight, and you can pick up your tickets if you win them today. Call us.
Today, 9 to 5, downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah, you got to pick them up before 5. 877-602-9696. Call, and then Snap Judgment Live. It's great.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
Together we'll fight crime as the ultimate dynamic duo.
Somebody sent a picture, tweeted a picture of, I was talking earlier about my strange gum obsession when I was a little kid. And I liked to get under the tables at restaurants, and I would take gum from under the table, already chewed gum, and I would chew it. And I also liked the way the gum looked underneath the table, the restaurant table. It was pretty. It was kind of like a abstract art. And somebody sent a picture, Kara Jane Prower sent this picture of this gum wall.
I've seen the gum wall.
Well, and I was going to say, why didn't you bring this up? Because I remember you talking about this. It's in Portland.
Portland. Like a whole alleyway that's just covered in gum.
Yeah.
It just I don't know how it started.
Didn't occur to you to bring that up when we were talking about it before.
No, I forgot about it until she.
Is this the one? Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not. It is like an entire alleyway. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
You would love it. You should make a pilgrimage.
So this shows you why I thought that looked so cool when I was a kid.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We get a picture frame. No picture. And we set it up somewhere, and every morning you put your gum there.
Well, it's just the same kind of gum all the time.
Then there's the challenge. You'll have to switch up gums.
I'm sorry, it's Seattle. It's not
Seattle.
Seattle?
It's Seattle.
Okay. Maybe we should have a gum. I think this is a good idea. Let's have a gum picture frame in here and invite guests when they come here if they're chewing gum, or let's just say. Anytime Richie invites a guest to come to the studio, say, and we'd like you to be chewing gum to add to our gum frame.
Yeah.
And we'll make a piece of gum art.
Yeah, but then are you going to be tempted to...
No, I'm over that. I'm over that obsession where
he won't try to pull the gum off and eat it. No.
But I think it'd be nice to have a piece of gum art.
What color of gum is this? Not even aware. It's blue. Okay, so my contributions would be blue.
Well, does it stay blue after you're done chewing it?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of gum is it?
Orbit? You like the Orbit.
That 5 gum?
Oh, 5.
Yeah. No, I only bought Orbit because it was at Costco.
Yeah, that's why.
And now they carry the 5 gum.
I chew the Orbit that I get it at Costco.
And this is cobalt flavored. I have no idea what that is.
What does a cobalt taste like?
Minty.
See, there's the gum I was chewing.
That's
earlier.
kind of green, but
pale,
not really.
Pale green.
Yeah,
pale green. Smells so good.
All right, there you go.
Gum fetishist.
So is there some Well, you're kind of handy, Carrie. Maybe you could make the frame.
I'm busy.
Carrie's redoing his house.
I'm busy with the basement thing.
Working in a spider-infested, dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden. Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
What of it?
Jerk. Guy's a dick. Big boy news and opinioendo now, brought to you by
Snowbird is hosting its annual Customer Appreciation Days this Saturday and Sunday. Receive a complimentary aerial tram ride with a 3-can donation to the Utah Food Bank or $6 donation to Wasatch Adaptive Sports. Details at snowbird.com.
Well, Gina, somebody on Twitter alert. Oh, before I do this, I forgot to mention it's National Frankenstein Friday.
Oh.
The last Friday of every October.
Well, what do we need to do for that?
Well, we just celebrate the birth of Frankenstein and its creator.
Mary Shelley?
Yeah, Mary Shelley.
Okay.
Who, by the way, I believe she wrote that when she was like 18.
Yeah, she was really young when she wrote it. I remember. I don't recall the exact age, just that she was very young.
And then she published it anonymously at first.
Well, she didn't want to embarrass her husband.
She was, she was 21 when she wrote Frankenstein. And there you go.
All right.
So, anyway, back to the news now. Gina and I was told to try and break this to you very, very gently. Another woman has come forward describing an incident. I think this is 3 now that George H.W. Bush make him an old, dirty old molester man.
He's not a molester.
Christina, he's a lech. He's a dirty old lech. Christina Baker Klein, a novelist who was invited to Houston for a fundraiser hosted by the Barbara Bush Foundation in 2014, wrote in Slate that the former president groped her butt during a photo op.
There.
President Bush, x96.com/live, that's the woman in question, and that's her husband on the other side.
And it looks like Bush has spilled punch on his shirt.
Because he's 93.
So is it that the age that it's okay to do this?
So once you're 93, what he did, she said his comic timing was impeccable. David Copperfield, he said, and he squeezed my butt really hard. Just as a photographer snapped the photo, instinctively I swiped his hand away. A woman who witnessed George H.W. Bush groping a fellow actress said the cast was warned about him. This is the other woman, that the former president could get handsy. Watch out, he gets handsy. Her name is Emma Solberg. She was 24, an ensemble member in the 2016 performance of The Hunchback of Notre Dame that Bush and his wife Barbara attended. And she was warned, he's probably going to try and grab you. And this woman here, the author, she said when she went out and she got into her car, she said, now, I was shocked, but I wasn't angry, and I just kind of sort of brushed it off, in my mind. But I told my husband about it in the car because he didn't see it really happen, and he said he was outraged. And then the driver of the car that they were in, who's a Bush driver, female driver, she turned around and said, I hope you'll be discreet about this.
The driver said that?
The driver said that. This happens.
That's not good.
This happens, and I hope you'll be discreet.
This happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's according to Ms. Klein. So there you go. He's a dirty old man.
I'm not putting him in the Harvey Bill O'Reilly camp, but
no, because now James Toback now 300 women.
Or Toback,
James Toback 300 women now have said James Toback probably has molested them or harassed them.
And see, I completely forgot that was the guy that after we told him not to swear on the air at Sundance, did it twice. Yeah. Even though we told him and stopped him, he did it a second time. That guy is a total ass.
Yeah. He has a long and ugly history with women, dating back at least to the 1980s when a 1989 Spy magazine report claimed that Toback had used his position as a Hollywood director to ask women if they'd consider a role in one of his forthcoming films, and then would ask to meet them later that night. And Spy magazine talked about it and did a whole thing on it, and nobody does anything about it.
Do you think maybe now, though, it's after Harvey and after him, maybe that'll start to change the environmental...
Well, the floodgates have certainly opened. Now let's see what happens from there. This is a pretty amazing story. 2 women and their dogs were rescued after being lost at sea for several months. They were trying to sail from Hawaii to Tahiti. There's a picture of the 2 women at x96.com/live as they're being rescued by the...
they look very happy.
The U.S. Navy. The Navy rescued the women on Wednesday after a Taiwanese fishing vessel spotted them about 900 miles southeast of Japan, well off their planned course. And they alerted the U.S. Coast Guard. The USS Ashland arrived early the next day. The Navy said in a statement, the women, identified as Jennifer Apple and Tasha Fuyaba of Honolulu, lost their engine in bad weather in late May of this year. And they then just kind of began to drift.
Yeah.
There was nothing they could do. Now, how did they survive? Well, they had a water purifier.
They were prepared.
Well, that's good.
They were very well prepared.
That's lucky.
They had a water purifier that I guess they can take seawater and turn it into drinkable water. And they had a year's supply of food on board.
Oh, okay, well.
So they were set.
And a year's supply of food for the dogs, apparently?
Yeah, I guess. They just were drifting, and they said, we knew we had enough to survive, but it's pretty unnerving to just be adrift at sea.
Now I heard this story this morning on our competitor station, and their first thought was...
We don't have any competitors.
Their first thought was, they must have been bored.
Oh, yeah, I heard them say that.
That's what you're...
Well, for the first thought was, I don't know what to say. My gosh.
They must have been bored.
Yeah, they must have been kind of bored.
Hope they had some crossword puzzles.
That's the newsman in me.
Yeah, maybe it's the newsman in me, but I'm thinking they must have been bored.
President Donald Trump announced new plans yesterday to combat the opioid epidemic. But amid a White House address in which the president vowed to, quote, confront the crisis in all of its very real complexity, he recycled some tired old ideas as well. Trump spoke at length about the need to... We've got to teach children to abstain from drugs entirely. In his remarks, the president called this approach an idea that I had.
I woke up in the middle of the night and I had an idea.
And the most important thing to do. One of the things our administration will be doing is a massive advertising campaign. And again, I've received word we've already been cut out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
To get people, especially children, not to want to take drugs in the first place because they will see the devastation and the ruination it causes to people and people's lives. There's nothing desirable about drugs. They're bad. We We want the next generation of young Americans to know the blessings of a drug-free life. If we can't teach the young people, and people generally, not to start, it's really, really, really easy not to take them. Huh? So he pitched this as a novel concept. The U.S. has, of course, has been pushing various forms of anti-drug education for decades.
If they're serious about it, they would be doing something about drug crime, and they would be doing something about treatment facilities and
the drug companies.
But back in April, he said he was going to declare, I think it was I can't remember the terminology, but a national emergency.
Epidemic. It's an epidemic.
And when a president declares that, that means that FEMA sets money aside to actually battle it as though it is a national epidemic. They told him that, and he went, "Oh, we don't want to go that far. Let's just do. It's a crisis now. It's this."
Which means
yeah. University of Utah administrators announced the creation of a campus anti-racism task force on Thursday in response to recent acts of racially motivated graffiti around the campus at the U. According to a letter by U President David Pershing and Senior Vice Presidents Ruth Watkins and A. Loris Betts, the Salt Lake City campus stands against racism in any form. Membership of the panel, they said, has not been finalized. Our anti-discrimination policies are robust, but we recognize that we need to take stronger actions. As leaders, we hold ourselves accountable to ensure that the U is a safe place where all are welcome and valued and where learners from all backgrounds prosper. In August of this year, at least 2 signs were posted on campus with texts that said, "Stop the Blacks," and listed unverified crime statistics and advertised a white nationalist website. Those responsible for those signs have not been identified. And then earlier this month, vandals painted a racial slur targeting African Americans into the interior of the construction site for the new Carolyn and Kem Gardner building. That's where people will go to study Carolyn and Kem Gardner. 3...
that's all they study.
Yeah, that's all they study there. 3 juvenile suspects described as area high school students were later arrested for that. Oh, I didn't catch that part. Again, high school students. So much of this stuff is coming from high schools, and that's just horrific to me. Horrific. And then the cheerleaders at Weber.
Do we know more about that?
Well, a Weber School District spokesman said appropriate action was taken against the students involved in that racist video. And that's all the school district said about it at first, but apparently 3 Weber High School students who were filmed chanting vulgarities and racial slurs in that video have quit the cheerleading squad, according to a source familiar with the Weber Cheer program. The source, who requested anonymity due to student privacy issues, said the students submitted their resignations prior to any action that would have removed them from the squad. The person said that they didn't know whether the 3 former cheerleaders now or the 2 other girls who participated in the video had received any additional disciplinary actions, such as suspension or expulsion. There might have been other punishments from the school, the source said, but they weren't sure. Weber School District concluded its investigation into the video on Monday. School officials said they took appropriate action, and that's all they would say about that. But it's, I guess, the 3 girls that were on the cheerleading squad saw that the axe was going to fall anyway and thought it would be appropriate to, and it was appropriate for them to resign from the squad. How much time do we have? Because I just want to reassure you that the man we talked about who used to have a 3-foot-long penis and 11-pound testicles.
Used to?
He used to. He was not a happy guy because of that. It was,
it's hard to carry that around.
It was difficult lugging that stuff around. He's a Kenyan man. He's getting the chance to live a normal life. His massive package has been surgically reduced, and he's very excited to live a normal life.
Good news.
He said he noticed a cyst on his genitals back in 2006, and he had that removed, but it came back about a year later, bringing the size of his penis to almost a meter long. And he's a poor guy, and he had no way of really paying for surgery. But then when it became publicized, some doctors came to help
Offered
him.
to do it.
And it looks as though, thank goodness, he will live a normal
I'm
life.
glad you're finding good news today, Bill.
I'm looking for it wherever I can. Yeah. All right.
Sports weather traffic.
Got more good news. Real Salt Lake has officially signed Mike Petke, Coach Mike Petke, to a 3-year.
Yeah, I saw his billboard and his big sign out here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did we get one of those?
when we signed our contract?
I don't think so.
No.
All right, just checking.
Because our contract isn't as exciting as...
Apparently not.
Nor was it extended.
Not as important. Yep.
So, yeah, that is good news.
So there's still... I know, what's his name, your buddy, the goalkeeper?
Nick Raimondo?
Nick Raimondo. Now, he's still in question, right?
Now, both Nick
And
and Kyle Beckerman, their contracts are up at the end of the year.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a
So
little
that
bit.
means now.
I mean,
it's time to start talking.
Well, they should have been talking a while ago.
All right.
We'll see what comes of that. We hope they're around for at least another year. I think Nick and Kyle deserve a year where everybody knows it's their last year and it's the big
it's like
blowout
a farewell
year.
tour kind
and
of thing?
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's
right.
I hope we have that too.
Do we get a farewell?
A big
tour?
farewell.
Well, that's coming up in Mac Question of the Week, by the way, so you know.
Weather still sunshine and nice, only slightly cooler than yesterday. We're lovely throughout the weekend, 62 for a high. Traffic crash westbound 54th South, 60th West. The right lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 up in Weber County, milepost 339. This is just north of 5600 South. And that's about it this morning. Brought to you by the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th, West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center, featuring authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Go to culturalcelebration.org.
All right, let's see. It's 6:52. I got a couple of minutes here. I could tell you about Thor.
Yeah. You went to the movie show.
Yeah, it was a Don't You Know Who I Am screening of Thor Ragnarok. Hey, Richie, do we have any those tickets to give away? Or
we have a screening on Monday.
It's on Monday. Can I get a couple extra of those, by the way? Got
so
a friend of mine.
Now, are you embargoed?
Nobody said anything.
Okay.
About an embargo to me directly. So and I'm not going to spoil anything. I will say this: if you think you know what happens in the movie based on the trailers, you're wrong.
Okay.
Because you thought you had an idea what might happen.
Oh, okay, I think I know where the story's going. And there were some surprises there, and it was a nice surprises because I didn't build the movie in my head.
Which Carrie always warns you, don't do that. Yeah. Just wait to see the movie and decide that.
Now, before I went, I hopped on Twitter just real quick, and I saw the director of Thor Ragnarok, Taika Waititi, retweeted this from Geek Twitter. Again, Geek Twitter, I hate Geek Twitter because they're just those kind of geeks. And here's what this guy said. At Marvel Studios, at Taika Waititi. We want more Winter Soldier and less Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok. Don't say they bad, but a rest from comedy is needed. Okay. So he replied, the director. Agreed. The world is too hilarious right now. There's too much laughter in real life for a movie to be fun. Yeah. Down with happiness.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Which is perfect. Just the perfect reply because this is the movie that the world needs right now. Thor Ragnarok
is more silly.
It is funny. It's still got action and adventure, but it's funny. There are stakes. You know.
Stakes?
I mean, well, you know. I mean, there
consequences?
Consequences. Major consequences. S goes down in this movie, all right? Some major Marvel universe stuff happens. I can tell you that. But it's so enjoyable.
But you were entertained.
I was entertained. Part of the stuff that's out there, this is not spoilers by any means, is that Thor encounters the Hulk in a Colosseum type situation where the Hulk is like a gladiator. And we find out that the Hulk has been in charge for 2 years.
Been in charge of what?
Of Banner.
Oh.
He has been the Hulk for 2 years.
Banner hasn't been around
Banner
for 2 years?
has not been around for 2 years. And again, that's in the trailers. That's not a spoiler. And the reason I bring it up is because I want to talk about, because You know how motion capture acting is now being talked about, how this is really acting. This is serious stuff.
Sure.
I mean, if you watch The War for the Planet of the Apes, you can see it. I mean, they emote and they get you to cry and all of that. And Mark Ruffalo was coached by these motion capture directors and actors and said, no, you need to move your body the way that you think the Hulk should move it. And it's brilliant because the way he portrays the Hulk in this, it's as though the Hulk is a 2-year-old. The way he moves, the way he talks, the way he acts and responds.
That would make sense.
Because the Hulk
He's
is 2.
impulsive.
He's 2, yeah. And so watch that. Watch that performance.
With that in mind?
Of the Hulk, with that in mind. But that being said, it's just so much fun and hilarious. It would help if you have seen these 2 Avengers movies, the first one and Age of Ultron. It would help a little.
Okay.
And it would help if you had seen probably at least the first Thor movie.
I've seen the first Thor movie.
At least.
So I'm good. I'm all caught up.
I mean, they're really...
I didn't see the second Thor.
Yeah, I mean, they don't go into heavy exposition of stuff you might not know.
But you can catch up.
But they make it clear. So it's not like... As you'll recall, the Rainbow Bridge is the passageway to the 9 realms.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like that. They explain it in the...
Is it kind of like a buddy comedy, though?
Yeah.
That's what I heard a critic described it as kind of like a buddy movie.
I would call it that, sure, sure. And I'm telling you right now, Valkyrie, she's your daughter. Your daughter is going to love Valkyrie.
So who plays her?
I can't remember the actress's name. She's been on this other show that I really like. I can't recall her name, but she's like a group of female Thors.
Okay.
And Thor kind of fanboys about, oh, you're a Valkyrie. Oh, but she's awesome. And Hela, the villain, Kate Blanchett, she does it. She, over the top. And Gina, Jeff Goldblum.
Yay!
Gratuitous almost,
Yay!
Jeff Goldblum.
Is he at his Goldblumiest?
He is at his bloomiest. You can
my
tell they just
soul
let him go.
Needs Jeff Goldblum now. It's
like I said. This movie is what the world needs right now.
Yes.
Something to take your mind off of everything.
Well, it's what the world needs now. In addition to Love, Sweet Love.
In addition to Love, Sweet Love, you need Jeff Goldblum right now. So Thor Ragnarok. It opens next week, and you will enjoy it. Trust me. All right, so we're going to take a break. Question of the week after these. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming.
Don't miss Dashboard.
X96, radio from hell.
Donald Trump just tweeted. Happy birthday to the great Lee Greenwood. You and your beautiful song have made such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he tweeted it again a couple of hours later.
Yeah.
And I gladly stand up.
Because he forgot that he tweeted it.
Is that the one? Is that the put a boot in your ass?
No. And I gladly stand up.
Please don't sing. I'm not getting the song with you singing.
Because it's funny.
You notice I don't sing in public. Have you ever noticed that?
Donald Trump wouldn't stand up and defend her still today because of bone spurs.
God bless the USA.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That one.
And I gladly stand up.
What? See, I don't sing in public.
All right. Is this sponsored?
Yes, Prohibition. An all-new restaurant and bar in Murray, north of Fashion Place Mall. Weekends are a roaring good time at Prohibition. Events and information at prohibitionutah.com.
Roaring good time.
So our best question supplier wins the Prohibition gift card and something else? I thought I read and.
Oh, and Disney on Ice. I don't have that information.
It's
Richie.
on my chart.
I know, but I don't have the stuff I'm supposed to read about Disney on Ice.
About Disney on Ice?
All the princesses.
We'll read that at the end.
Okay.
All right. So the winner of those prizes is Robert Otto, and we'll get to his question in a moment. First, examples of bad questions. These are not good questions.
Okay.
And they're all from the same guy, and I get the feeling that they're all Stephen Wright jokes.
Yep.
Jared. As far as scalpels go, how clean is clean enough? Have you tried line dancing this week?
No.
Is there a hierarchy of lint?
Okay.
Isn't it?
I think there is a hierarchy of lint. I think that. Well, there's the kind you get out of the dryer.
Go ahead and discuss that among yourselves.
And then there's your belly button, and then there's your toes. There's a hierarchy.
That's not lint, that's jam.
Isn't it a waste that pencils aren't made entirely out of lead? Wouldn't it be more fun to breathe fresh air from balloons on bad air days? What did piñatas ever do to you?
Okay.
So, Jared, stop.
Yeah. You'll never win a prize.
No. Robert Otto, however, has won the prize today because this has been chosen as the best question of the day.
Okay.
Who can replace you when you're gone off the air? Sorry for the way I read that. Who can replace you when you've gone off the air? The segments you do mean so much. The personality you each bring is irreplaceable. Looking forward to the RFH future, is there any person you see that can replace you?
Well, I think Mr. Otto answered his own question there when he said what you do or you guys are irreplaceable. What could no? There is no replacement.
But I think his point is, and we've said many times, the Boehners will outlive us.
Yeah, that's
the Boehners will go on.
I'm not even sure of that.
The Boehners.
I mean, they'll happen, but I'm not even sure. I think once we're not doing the show, no one will carry the Boehner torch forward. I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be.
Okay, what? Let's hypothetically say.
This is making me sad.
Let's replace the show with
Vicky and the Angel.
Whoa, Vicky and the Angel.
With our children.
What?
Dylan, Festus, and Hudson and Ripley.
The dogs? Well, Ripley pooped in here, so she's made her mark on this show.
Well, so have I. So yeah. I just don't. It's almost an impossible question to answer.
Let's be really honest. Let's be really honest here.
I can be if you want.
Once this show is done, there will not be a show on this station.
Probably not.
I'm serious.
I have been told as much.
They will go to just music, and that will be the end.
Yeah, I was told that there will be maybe a live DJ, but it will be a music intensive.
Sure. And if you look around,
that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. Do you know why? Because it's cheap.
It's cheaper and
it works.
And yeah. And there are fewer. We're
job
the last
is a dying,
of a breed.
Yeah, this is
we're the last of our breed. You know, there are not many. Now, I mean, the people who still do this kind of show, most of them are fairly successful.
but there's not that many.
But they don't. But management doesn't really like them because they are costly. You know, they have to pay us, and they have to pay 3 of us, and they have to do it consistently.
But I think we provide a valuable service, and by that I mean local programming for the people of the Wasatch Front. We do a specialized show talking about things that are happening to people locally. We talk about local news. We talk about local concerts. That all goes away if you don't have a show like this. And I think it's important to have that.
No, that will all go away. That will all go away. Maybe the place, I don't know. Maybe the place you go to after this is podcasts.
Not the same thing.
It's
as much as you guys love your podcast and podcast this and podcast that, it is not the same thing as I am live on the air right now talking to people that could be sitting in their car right now hearing what I'm saying.
Let me tell you this, Gina. There is a podcast that I listen to on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, it's called The Daily from the New York Times. And it is a valuable recap of everything that has gone on.
Not locally. I can tell you right now.
But I'm telling you that that's. But I can tell you that somebody could do that locally.
No,
as a matter of fact, I should do that.
No,
the local.
Yeah, you don't have enough to do.
I'm talking about live right now. I can tell you what is happening traffic-wise right this second.
People can go to their computers. They can go to the UDOT computer, the same thing that you use. The
Not
same
while you're
thing
driving.
That you use.
Why are you peeing on radio?
I don't know. I get the
take a phone call. Here's what you can't do on a podcast. Live right now. Call us now.
Yes,
we take a phone call right now. Knowing that everybody can hear. No, not immediately. It's played back some later time. It's instantaneous. There is no other medium like that. Not even TV. If they want to go to quote-unquote breaking news, it takes them a minute to put it together and break into programming. We can stop what we're doing right now and take a phone call.
And I wish we would.
And there's no other medium that you can do that.
I think you're right, but I think that people don't care about that anymore.
I disagree.
I don't think they care about it that much.
So
that's my perception.
Well, the question is, who can replace you?
So Bill's saying
nobody.
Podcasts can replace you.
No, nobody. I'm saying nobody.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
What time is it, Gary?
No, you don't need to tell people what time it is. They have a watch. Radio used to tell people what time it is.
You don't. People don't care. People, if they want things immediately, they'll use Twitter.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, but they don't care.
We can have an immediate conversation right now on the air about whatever we want.
Yeah.
Right now.
I know.
I do know this, to your defending the live show situation, is that it's been proven in these disasters, like in Puerto Rico and the fires and everything, that the only thing that was able to help spread the word properly was live radio.
Yeah. Yep. If your internet's down, sorry. You don't have your podcast or any of that stuff.
It was because the transmitters were able to still be powered by generator, and the bad part is that they had to bring in local people to do it, because most of the stations in these areas were automated and nationally syndicated stuff, so they had to bring in, the general manager and the sales guy had to make the announcement.
That's why local radio is important.
So what were they broadcasting to? Because people don't have radios.
They do have radios.
Of course they do, in their car. You got a radio in your car?
Yeah.
Everybody has a radio in their car.
That was the only way they were able to get emergency information out to people, because there was no other way. It was the best way. Television was not happening. It was all about the radio and the radio you had in your car. And then there are some phones that are FM equipped. The National Alliance of Broadcasters is still trying to get Apple to do that. They're fighting against it because
they don't have a proprietary claim on it.
Well, exactly. They there's nothing they can charge you
if
for.
If it's
there.
Apple FM, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
We have a quick giveaway.
But the answer is, who would replace this? Is we'll tell you. It'll be live music.
Yeah, it'll just be music, and then when there's an emergency, somebody will come in and tell you about the emergency on radio. But you don't need this kind of banter to do that.
I'm not happy with you.
I'm sorry. It's just it's become radio has it's kind of irrelevant in a lot of ways.
No, it's not. There is nothing like it. There's no medium like it.
I'm not saying that's not true.
There is a place for it.
I think there's a place for it. It's just
7:14 right now. Gary, Bill, and Gina have gone on permanent vacation. Listen, be sure to be listening for a little bit later on. We got new rules on the way. A little thing we've ripped off. Go, go.
Oh, you hit the post. Well done, Kerry Jackson.
There's your Mac question.
And we gave a Prohibition gift card and tickets to see Disney on Ice. It's the Dream Big at Vivint Smart Home Arena, November 16th through the 19th. Tickets for opening night start at just $10. You can go to x96.com for more details.
All right. I want you to savor every one of these Boehner candidates as though it were your last. Boehner candidates coming up in the next round. Here are your candidates. Number 1, well, she must have flipped before she flipped. Number 2, Paisley's dad is standing up for her. And number 3, you are crisis actors scamming the public.
Oh, I'm glad you found that one. All right. You have traffic, Gina?
This is happening right now. If you're hearing this on the podcast, it's too late. Crash at the intersection of 5400 South, 6055 West. It's by USANA. Several directions of traffic are affected. Avoid that area if you can. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, we got the Boners, Big Boy News. Boners round 1 coming up after these.
See, just think of it this way. When we don't do this show anymore, we will be able to just stay home and lie about in our Mattress Firm beds with our Mattress Firm mattresses, the mattresses we got at Mattress Firm, and you should check them out too. They're having their fall sleep sale, and you can fall asleep even easier thanks to that sale because, for instance, if you buy a new Beauty Rest mattress, world-class mattress, you'll get another mattress 50% off.
That's a deal.
Yep.
And what's great about that is that you can make that your guest room mattress, because a lot of times the guest room mattress, it's not the good mattress in the house.
That's the one that has the stains on it.
That's no way to treat guests.
Yes, I know. That's why you should get a new one. So for your, you can get a Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattress at Mattress Firm for just $399.99. A perfect Serta memory foam queen mattress for $474.99. You want to go up even higher? They've got 15 queen mattresses, all priced just under $699.99. It's time to replace that crappy old mattress that you have and get another nice new one for the guest room or your kids' room. And the way you do it is by going to Mattress Firm, and the way you find a Mattress Firm store is by going to mattressfirm.com for a location near you.
With all the crap that's going on in the world today, I think we should just go bowling.
Well, it just so happens we're having our Halloween bowling mixer Monday, October
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. In this episode, we find our elders rendezvousing with Zone Leader Hansen on some distant planet in the BFE sector. Hey, Butch, what you got there?
Oh, it's a care package from my folks. You know, my mom means well, but she just doesn't understand the physics involved in sending stuff from home.
Well, what you mean?
Well, the cookies she sent are fine. They're hard as a rock, just the way I remember them. It's the lime jello with shredded carrots in it that causes problems. You know, even in Tupperware, this stuff goes bad after a week in hyperspace. Missionaries who have eaten this stuff have been known to develop a form of space madness.
Wow. Oh, look, here comes Zone Leader Hansen right now.
I have discovered the most incredible object. It allows us to view any period in the history of any planet. We can research early church history. This discovery will allow me to get reassigned back to Earth and leave you two losers far behind.
Right. Glad to hear it. What's that have to do with us?
Since you weren't having much luck in the field, I figured that you wouldn't mind watching my discovery while I go back to Starbase 182 and file my report. Hey, are you eating while I'm talking to you? Give me that.
Sorry.
Say, green jello with carrot shavings. I haven't had this since I left home.
But sir, I think you ought to know that...
Quietly, Hi, he's eating.
Shut up, the both of you, right now. This jello tastes funny.
He's gone mad. He's got space madness. We better go after him.
Okay. Hey, what's that thing right there?
You mean that natural arch that seems to be showing the History Channel?
Yeah, that thing. What is it?
I believe that who is it would be a more appropriate question.
Is that you that said that, Butch?
No. It must have been the natural arch over there. Okay, I'll play. Who are you, and what have you done with Zone Leader Hansen?
I am the guardian of forever. Hansen has entered through me into your world's past.
Entered through you?
Well, I guess we can get back to tracking now, huh, Lehigh?
No, we most certainly can't.
Huh?
We need to get Zone Leader Hansen back and cure his jello-induced space madness.
Come on now, Lehigh. He was a little weird before my mom's jello. Are we sure he's sick?
Where in our world's history is Hansen now, Guardian?
He was asking questions about Mormon history and about lime jello in particular. He entered as I was showing him the Relief Society meeting where sisters first began to experiment with lime jello.
Well, if he disturbs that meeting, the timeline of church history could be permanently changed. Let's go, Butch. Whoa! Will Zone Leader Hansen change church history? Can Butch and Lehigh get him to go before he does? Will the Relief Society let Hansen anywhere near their test kitchen? Tune in next time to hear Relief Society President Mulestein say...
I'm at a loss, sisters. We've tried shredded beets, cauliflower, radishes, eggplant, zucchini, and rutabaga. Nothing seems to go with this new lime jello stuff.
Excuse me, sister. I think we can help.
I don't think we should go against the Prime Directive, Bush.
How did you get in here? One wrong move and you'll see the business end of my skillet. Just like the last kid who wandered in here and tried to tell us how to conduct our business.
Other kid? Oh, hey, it's Zone Leader Hansen. She's knocked him out cold.
Nice going, ma'am. Wish I'd have been here to see it. Tell you what, we'll get him out of your way and you can go back to doing what you were doing. Oh, yeah, and you might want to try shredded carrots.
I warned you about meddling.
She's got a skillet. Run for it. Run. On the next liposuctioning episode of Space Elders.
on X96.
This text from Atropos.
Yes.
Well, Bill's convinced me. It was nice listening to you all over the years. I'm off to find a relevant podcast. There you go. All right, time for round one of Boehner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving to go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the Day. See, if it wins round 1, doesn't make it Boehner of the Day, gives it a 50-50 chance. It goes up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20, and then Boehner fight at 9:25.
And I will tell you that be careful with these 3 candidates. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't think, oh, I'm voting for that one before you hear them all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Boehner candidate number 1.
2 candidates now, third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Fat Cats, where we will be on Monday night.
All right. Here we go. Boehner candidate number 1. She must have flipped before she flipped. A special ed teacher faces charges that she reportedly flipped a desk that was occupied by a special needs student who refused to get up from the seat.
There she is.
There's a picture at x96.com/live, a picture of this teacher who looks as though she has that look on her face of, I really shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Donna Dixon is her name.
Oh, not
No.
Mrs.
No, not Mrs. Dan Aykroyd. Was arrested Monday on charges of child cruelty and after the alleged incident at Escambia Westgate School in Pensacola, Florida. Police said that the female student who has Down syndrome was sitting with her head down when Dixon entered the room and flipped the desk. The girl fell backward and hit a plastic cart, leaving her with a sore neck, according to police. I guess she was not seriously injured. Police said that the teacher didn't help the child who was on her back on the floor and then just left the classroom. She told authorities that the student, who was nonverbal, wasn't following directions to move to another classroom.
Well, she had no recourse then other than...
Yeah, the teacher claimed that she was frustrated and I didn't mean to hurt her. According to Dixon, she didn't report the incident because I didn't report it because I was busy.
Oh, you were busy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Boehner candidate number 1. She must have flipped before she flipped.
All right.
Here's Boehner candidate number 2. Paisley's dad is standing up for her. The father of a female soccer player allegedly assaulted a coach after 3 teen soccer players were ejected for fighting during the game, prompting the father, to confront an opposing coach in a parking lot after the soccer match.
Not helpful.
Paisley's dad was sticking up for her, Gina. Sherman Egan.
Is that him?
Yep, that's Sherman at x96.com/live.
Yeah, looks like
he was what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
He was charged with 3rd-degree assault, 3rd-degree strangulation, and 2nd-degree unlawful restraint and 2nd-degree breach of peace following Wednesday's game at Wilton High School, the game between Wilton and Ludlow. And if you know anything about those 2 schools, the rivalry is fierce. Police said that Mr. Egan had to be pulled off an assistant Ludlow coach by witnesses and other coaches after he confronted the man in the parking lot after the game, accusing him of assaulting his daughter during an altercation in the game that ended with 3 players being ejected, including Egan's daughter, Paisley.
I thought you made up Paisley.
No!
Janine.
What began as if there hadn't been a name, I would have used Janine. What began as a verbal argument quickly escalated into Egan choking the man, punching him in the chest. He then fled the parking lot in his car. Apparently, it all began when Paisley, Egan, and another Ludlow player fell to the ground while battling for the ball as it went out of bounds. Paisley's teammate, Lindsay, got involved and was later ejected after receiving a red flag along with Paisley and McKenna. So it was Paisley, McKenna, and Lindsay. They got into it. Well, Paisley's dad was just standing up for her by assaulting the coach, Boehner candidate number 2.
No, you don't. Janine, do not stand there. You have to run. Soccer is a game of running.
Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3. You are crisis actors scamming the public.
All right. Boehner candidate number 3 for round 1 after this here big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Snowbird is hosting its annual Customer Appreciation Days this Saturday and Sunday. Receive a complimentary aerial tram ride with 3-can donation to the Utah Food Bank, $6 donation to Wasatch Adaptive Sports. Details at snowbird.com.
Group of Girl Scouts, Gina.
What?
Cleaning.
Well, I don't know where the story's going.
I know, so why so belligerent?
What now?
What?
Because my attitude is what now?
All right, well, I understand that. You know what the world needs now?
What?
Love, sweet love. And this new Thor movie. A group of Girl Scouts cleaning a Brooklyn park made a gruesome discovery.
Okay, now I'm listening.
Okay. That may shed light on what happened to 20 cats that went missing from a nearby cat colony. Now, what I assume they mean by a cat colony is there
feral cats?
Some feral cats living in a park. And generally, when there are feral cats like that in a park, humane society people and other animal people will say it's really best to just kind of leave them there and let them do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They try to trap them occasionally and sterilize them to try and control the population.
But they release them back out.
Yeah, but it's not worth trying to, tame them or anything. And people feed them, and that's okay. Anyway, troop leader Grace Scotto told WPIX, the mighty WPIX.
Vicky and the Angel in the morning at WPIX.
It appeared, it appeared that the cats had been in the water some time. They were all wrapped up in plastic bags. They found 20. They found 7 dead cats. 20 cats have gone missing. I guess, I don't know how they know that. Somebody must have a kind of a catalog of all of those wild cats there, and had noticed that about 20 of them were no longer around. I kept thinking, how did these cats die, said Scotto, a self-described cat lover. Were they poisoned, suffocated in the bags? Scotto said the leader of the cleanup reported the finding to the Department of Sanitation. However, department spokesman said no call had been received. By the end of the day, the cats in plastic bags were just put out for pickup, along with all the trash collected by the Girl Scouts during the cleanup. Now, Donald Trump's announcement decrying opioid public health emergency is welcomed in Utah, says this headline in the Deseret News. President Trump's official designation of America's opioid crisis as a public health emergency drew optimism from state decision makers, though a State Department of Health official cautioned that the gesture that Trump made is mostly symbolic, at least for now.
There's no money behind it.
Quote, I think in general we have to be realistic about how much this really does do, because we're also grateful for it, said Angela Stander, prescription drug overdose prevention coordinator for the Utah Department of Health. It is helpful to the public health, but state officials, Stander said state health officials don't see that there's much funding coming from Trump and the administration after this announcement. When we alert the public of a public health crisis, it's mostly to raise awareness and increase prevention efforts, and that's what I see this doing. It alerts us as a public to be more aware of the dangers of these opioids, makes patients feel like they can have a conversation with their doctor. Hopefully it'll encourage addicts to speak up and say, yeah, this is, she's
no addict is going to watch a TV commercial and go, you know what?
She says, I hope that physicians will take notice. But you can see she's talking around it.
She's talking
what she's
around
really saying is, well, I hope. What she's saying is, this is nothing.
This is nothing.
If they want to throw money at rehab programs
and
he could if he declared it a national emergency, but he did not.
Well, so what has to happen to stop the opioid crisis? It's money, sure, but it also, we need to revive a health care bill by repealing, they say if they're going to repeal Obamacare, that's going to cut out more addiction treatment.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. So you have to have more addiction treatment. You have to have education programs.
That's sure, yeah. But not just that. You need the treatment. You need to go after the doctors who are prescribing, over-prescribing.
Yep.
You need to make the drug companies possibly liable in some way.
Well,
you need to remove them from the lawmaking process, that's for sure.
You know, how we got to this point is, and there are many, many reports which will show you this and tell you this, that pharmaceutical companies in the 90s, doctors became more aware of the burden of pain, and they started saying we have to help patients with their pain. Mm-hmm. And the pharmaceutical companies went, oh, you know what? We've got all of these drugs. And they prescribed opioids to treat all sorts of pain. And the drug companies told the doctors, they misled the doctors, and said, look, these things are safe. They're, they'll help your patients, and they're really...
Are they addictive?
Safe.
Well, no.
Not much. They're not. They misled. They were dishonest, and they misled the physicians. House Speaker Greg Hughes, who's championed the issue of prescription drug abuse, particularly as it relates to drug crime and addiction among the homeless population at the Rio Grande neighborhood, praised Donald Trump's ideas on combating the crisis. I was worried that there would be low-hanging fruit, but I heard some specificity in his remarks today, Hughes said.
Really?
I think we have the full attention of the president on this. Hughes pointed out Trump's remark that he would ask the Food and Drug Administration to entirely remove one particularly risky opioid from the market. His promise that states seeking exceptions to addiction treatment would get approvals more quickly, and the anecdote that Trump shared about his brother Fred, who died from alcoholism.
Not opioid.
Not opioid addiction.
So
and then Steph points out, with Jeff Sessions pushing higher mandatory minimums in prison sentencings for low-level drug crimes, these groups won't be treated either. They're just going to be locked up.
Utah man accused of helping run a multi-million-dollar opioid drug ring, based out of Cottonwood Heights, is downplaying his role as he seeks to be released from jail before trial. Lawyers for Drew Wilson Crandall said in court documents that he made less than $65,000 for the 2 years of work he did for his longtime friend, alleged ringleader Aaron Shamo. But prosecutors have said Crandall was Shamo's partner in selling fentanyl disguised as prescription drug pills on the dark web, an area of the internet often used for illegal activity. They said that the operation had thousands of customers across the United States, and at one point the men raked in $2.8 million in less than a year. Those are the people who should go to jail.
Yes.
Yep.
The people that they became addicted because they sold them, those are the people who should get treatment and not go to jail. So the GOP, the Republican Party, has said that they have come to a tax reform plan. So what's in that? Well, nobody's really saying that much. Some Republicans say they don't know, but watch out. Watch out for your 401k. Watch out for your mortgage interest deductions. And watch out for the deduction that you take for your state and local taxes. All of that could be in jeopardy. Now, the mortgage interest, probably they won't take that away, but they could say, we'll give you half of what we have been. We'll let you deduct half of what you've been deducting for your mortgage interest. So just be aware of all of that as you...
How does that help the middle class? I'm confused.
It doesn't.
Isn't the 401k and mortgage deduction, isn't that middle class
401k
stuff?
and more?
Yeah, that's the
much.
middle class. But you've got to pay for the tax cut for the 1%, and we got to make it up somewhere. So it's y'all, all right?
I just wish they'd offer a deduction for a chicken in every pot.
Weather, traffic?
Weather is nice. We're just going on with the mid to low 60s and sunny, so enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic, the only incident I'm seeing on the UDOT cameras is 54 South, 60, 55 West. It's by USANA. But that's it. If you want to text me something and let me know more, I would appreciate that. 33986. There's nothing but the road. Sean Hogan and Everest Collision want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. You are crisis actors scamming the public. Some of the concert goers who survived the Las Vegas mass shooting have been targeted by death threats from online conspiracy theorists.
Yep.
Like many mass shootings, the Las Vegas massacre that left 58 dead and hundreds wounded has prompted claims that the tragedy was a hoax. And some of those conspiracy theorists have spammed social media with threats and abuse against the victims and the families, reports the British paper The Guardian. YouTube and other social media sites are filled with posts and videos claiming that the survivors are crisis actors, a concept popularized by InfoWars broadcaster Alex Jones after Sandy Hook.
You know, the news.
They've been hired to pose as victims. You are a lying piece of ass, and I hope somebody truly shoots you in the head, wrote someone on Facebook to Braden Matejka, who survived a gunshot wound to the head. Your soul is disgusting and dark. You will pay for the consequences, wrote another. A Facebook meme circulated with a photo of the 30-year-old British Columbian after the shooting captioned, "I'm a lying," word that I can't say on the radio. Mr. Matejka was forced to shut down his social media accounts, and many of the other survivors are reporting the same kind of abuse.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 3, you are crisis actors scamming the public.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1 was she must have flipped before she flipped. Special ed teacher flipping over a desk that a apparently recalcitrant special ed student, a girl with Down syndrome, apparently the teacher said she wasn't moving fast enough, and so she flipped over her desk. Boner candidate number 2, Paisley's dad is standing up for her. It's a soccer dad arrested for attacking a coach after his daughter Paisley's soccer match. And Boner candidate number 3, you are crisis actors scamming the public.
All right, let's do it. This is round 1 of Boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates needs to go forward to Boner fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. They got a 50-50 chance right here. The winner does. They go up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boner fight at 9:25. All right, put 1, 2, or 3 in the message of your text. Text that to 33986. Call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, October 27. Vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. You've got 300 seconds. It's round 1. Let's go.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No.
But it forced you to think about me yesterday, even when you didn't want to. I entered your consciousness.
You know, you do anyway, because you retweet and things so much, and I'm going to have to block your notifications, because 90% of the time when my phone goes bing, and that means, you know, somebody that I know has either retweeted or made a comment or something. It's 90%. I'm going to turn the notifications for you off, because it's you 90% of the time.
Something I thought you would enjoy.
You know, you said no, but here's what it is. You are an over retweeter. You retweet and retweet and retweet.
If I think somebody would enjoy something, I retweet it. You're welcome.
So yesterday, for example, she 4 times.
Yeah, like the Utah Jazz winning the playoff game. Like nobody would know that if you didn't retweet it. It's not necessary. So that's
you tweet the way you tweet, which is not enough, and I will tweet.
You know what?
I do.
I tweet a lot. I just make sure that almost none of it's directed toward you.
You don't tweet a lot.
I do too.
Bill, for example, 2 times yesterday. 1 for himself and 1 retweet.
Yeah, I tweet plenty. Listen. I'll go through your tweets if you want. You want to see how many things you do.
On Thursday, he did 5 retweets.
Well, here she is letting everybody know who won the Real Salt Lake game, because that's the only way anybody could find out.
That's not the only reason to tweet something. perhaps I am happy they won,
You
and I am
retweeted it.
tweeting my support.
You're retweeting it to everybody who already knows.
Not necessarily.
Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
7:48, time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting brought to you in part by about half a box of Triscuits.
Wow, half a box, huh?
Well, they were the pepper ones.
Did you put anything on them?
No.
No?
Olive oil and pepper. I needed something crunchy.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cat's. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today. Visit fatcatsfun.com.
Boehner candidate number 1, as you'll recall, was she must have flipped before she flipped. The teacher who just apparently went out of her mind and flipped over a desk. And in that desk, sitting in that desk, was a special needs student with Down syndrome. Boehner candidate number 2, Paisley's dad is just standing up for her. Say a father, Paisley's dad actually, pummeling a coach after a soccer game because Paisley got thrown out of the game for fighting. And I guess the father like daughter. And then Boehner candidate number 3, you are crisis actors and you are scamming the public. Las Vegas massacre victims targeted by death threats after surviving the massacre.
That's just...
well, that one couldn't be beat, I guess.
was going to say, that's just not a fair
and
fight.
Deservedly, though.
Jamie won the Fat Cats gift card and 136 votes for Boehner candidate number 3.
A true contender for Boehner of the day. It'll go up against the winner round 2. We start that at 8:20. Boehner fight at 9:25. We forgot to remind everyone.
Hello, yeah, what?
Yeah, 877-602-9696. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to ask us, comment upon, you are welcome to do that because this is an open phone feature. Some people have stolen this from us. We invented it, and they call it Open Phone Friday. But we just call it, hello, yeah, what?
And can't do that on a podcast.
No.
Hello, yeah, what?
And you can't give away a prize like this because this event is happening this weekend. The cultural celebration Day of the Dead is happening tomorrow. And we have a family 4-pack of tickets to give away to a random Hello Yeah Whatter.
Hello Yeah Whatter?
Yeah.
Is that what we call them?
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696.
So I saw this. Maybe you could talk. Maybe you want to comment on this. I saw this thing on in the news today that Reddit, which I don't
care for.
I don't
Reddit.
use. It's not that I don't care for it. I just don't. I kind of don't get it.
I prefer things to be more organized than that.
Yeah, it seems chaotic to me.
It seems chaotic and angry.
That's
to me.
why. Well, they've said that they don't want they don't want any more hate speech. They don't want, and they're gonna curate that stuff out. Apparently. So anyway, there in the chat room there was this link to a Reddit thing, and I clicked on it. It says it's eye bleach, and all it is little memes and videos of cute animals doing cute things. It's really cool.
Hello, yeah,
what? You distracted, Bill?
Yeah.
We're starting to get some calls coming in, 877-602-9696. But a quick reminder, coming up just after 9 o'clock, we have a live acoustic potty break song from the Aces.
They just tweeted at us.
Yes.
Listen to 96.3 at 9 a.m. today to hear some live acoustic and interview. We can't wait to play our show at Velour.
They're quite good. They are quite good, and they will be here.
Hello, yeah, what?
Little tiny bear cub who's scared of a fawn.
Chris.
Hello,
Yes.
yeah, what?
What can we do for you, Chris?
Well, I moved away to Portland, a.k.a. hipster hell, for a few years. And, I'm telling you, Portlandia is real, man.
Oh, it is.
But
It's absolutely real.
Oh, my God. And I moved back, and you guys are still on the air.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
I had a friend of mine who moved up there, and she was trying to describe it, and I turned her on to the show Portlandia, and then
it's very real.
She emailed me and she said, "That's just a documentary, man."
The dream of the '90s is alive in Portland.
Well, I mean, they
oh, it's horrible.
They use like real Portland people in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I
there.
thought it was. Yeah, I lived there years ago, and it was great.
I think I'd be
Then
okay
I moved
there.
back to Utah. Then I moved back there, and I was like, "What the hell happened?"
Well, glad you're back here.
Also,
the
fact that you guys are in the music industry and you have not seen Repo the Genetic Opera is a fail. So I challenge each one of you to watch it this weekend.
Okay.
On Netflix.
I mean, I'm aware of it. I just have never bothered to see it because it's a musical, and I don't care
I've
for
never.
musicals.
No.
Is it like Rocky
it's
Horror? Is it like Rocky Horror essentially?
Oh, about 10 times better.
Really?
It's got Anthony Michael Head in it. Also, Ogre, the front man from Skinny Puppy.
Okay. Well, I will look. I will see if I can watch it this weekend. Then. Thanks.
All right. Thanks.
It is epic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Let's go to Alyssa. Is it Alyssa? I think it's Alyssa.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello.
Hello, Alyssa.
Hi. I was just going to ask Carrie what he thought of Thor yesterday.
Thought of
Thor.
Yeah, you hit your phone button at the same time.
Sounded like you were trying to censor yourself.
What'd you think of Thor?
It's the movie that America needs right now.
Along with Love, Sweet Love.
Along with Love, Sweet Love. It's fun. It's funny. Action, adventure. Take your mind off of the crappy things that are going on out in the real world. You need it.
If anybody missed Carrie's full review, you'll be able to go to Radio from Hell's Facebook, Twitter, x96.com here in a little bit and watch it.
Oh, see, there you go.
I'll take that video clip and cut it
Get
out.
the full thing.
And post it up there for everybody.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
877-602-9696 there. It looks like there's one line open for sure.
Hello, yeah, what?
Tammy.
Hi, guys.
It's our nicest listener, Tammy.
Yes.
Thank you. I have a funeral to go to tomorrow. So that brought to mind for me the question, do you guys, wondering if you feel the same that I do, that, whether or not there's anything appropriate versus inappropriate to say about the deceased. And I think it kind of boils down to the individual, because I think there's a lot of variance in that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on who's dead.
Yeah.
Whose funeral is it, can we ask?
My aunt's.
And
do you have an inappropriate story to tell?
About her, not really. I'm going to tell a story about her trying on these jeggings when she dropped a bunch of weight, and she was surprised what a small size she fit into, and then she stuck her hip out to ask her husband, "Well, what do you think, Gene?" So nothing too bad.
No,
but,
tell a lighthearted story, sure.
Yeah. But they're actually my sister, when her partner died, she toyed with the idea of saying something, and it wasn't inappropriate because she would have left out the context that was inappropriate, but she was worried about being asked about it. And I was like, you know what? You could have just said, oh, it was something personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No one can force you to say anything.
Exactly. That's the way you handle that.
Yeah.
And I think if you go to a funeral for somebody that you don't like, you should stand up there and say, this person was a bastard, I couldn't stand him, and I'm glad he's dead. All right?
I think there's a better time to do that.
Oh, okay.
myself.
All
right,
See,
Tammy.
Tammy's our nicest.
Okay, we'll continue Hello, Yeah, What after these if you insist. 877-602-9696.
Yeah, the only incident I'm seeing, crash 5600 West 41st South in West Valley City. Now, I'm just sitting here in a studio. I'm not out on the road. You're probably on the road. If you want to let me know of something going on that you're seeing, you can text it to me, 33986.
These bulldog puppies are so cute.
At 877-602-9696. We'll continue Hello, Yeah, What after these.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming.
Don't miss Dashboard Confessional.
The good news is that I've learned that if you combine the mangosteen fruit with certain alcohols, it will cure cancer. And I've got the margarita recipe here, the cancer-curing margarita recipe right here. 1 shot of tequila, 2 shots of Zango, and 3/4 shot of triple sec, all right?
It's a martini.
That'll cure your cancer.
That will cure cancer. I am cancer-free for 15 years.
And there's your proof.
So there you go. What more proof do you need?
So apparently they really put this in there in the company literature.
Oh, hell yeah.
You see that?
You can't do that.
No. What you do is you infer it.
Mm-hmm.
Say, oh,
you get your distributors to talk about it.
You don't put it in your literature.
Look, all I can say to Zango is, why aren't I your spokesman? I'm cancer-free for 15 years. I found that it's the mixing with alcohol that makes it work. Why don't they call
reaction
me? This is $1 million company. This is my ticket to a big pay.
And they're local here. They should know who you are.
They should know who I am, right? I could give them a whole list of recipes, drink recipes, martinis, margaritas, daiquiris that will, cure cancer and depression.
You're awfully happy now that you do.
I'm happy and cancer-free.
Everybody knows that Zango won't cure cancer. It's Tahitian noni that cures cancer.
Can you mix that with alcohol?
Oh, no.
No, you don't want to do that, no.
You don't want to drink that, period.
Wonder what does this mean for them?
They have 15 days to respond. My guess is that either Orrin Hatch will swoop in like Super Hatch and save the day because he's big on that, supplement business stuff, or they'll just have to take that out of their literature.
Yeah, I think probably they have to say, sorry, we won't do it anymore.
They'll have to tell the people who sell it, don't say that.
Does really cure cancer. Or we don't have any evidence.
We don't have any evidence that it cures cancer. But Carrie Jackson, 15 years cancer-free because of the magic cancer-free margarita.
Because cancer's one disease. I love that when they say it cures cancer. Cancer's a whole bunch of different things.
Well, that's the beauty of it. It cures cancer.
That's how
all
good.
Kinds of
apparently,
cancer.
That's how good this stuff is.
All cancer's the same. You drink this.
Drank all our good liquor, you big moocher.
I like that. That's a new one I put.
You drank all our good liquor, you big moocher.
The bad liquor's still here, but the good.
I drink a bit.
And I'll change this drop from.
What do you say you and me go out and get plastered?
To.
What do you say you and me go out and get
cure cancer?
What are you guys doing? We're curing cancer.
I am curing cancer with this magic margarita recipe. Okay.
Right this second.
Hey, right this second, I'm curing.
I'm curing cancer
right now, even as I stand here and look at you.
Cancer cells dying right and left.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. No, I'm just saying that's his name, actually. That's the announcer.
Oh, I didn't know that was his
deep
name.
voice guy's name is Dick. It's just-
Hello, Yeah, What is brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit. $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Hello, yeah, what?
That is the feature that we are running through right now, and we're doing it because you're still calling. So here we go. Let's get to our next Hello, Yeah, Whatter. It's Danielle.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi.
Yes, Danielle. Hi.
Hi.
What's up? What can we
Hi.
do for you?
Well, first, I wanted to say thank you so very much. I actually won a pair of Killers tickets,
Oh,
and
good.
my son was so excited he started crying.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Wow.
And I just wanted to say thank you for that. That meant so much to us.
You're welcome.
And my other part was, your show is awesome. I'm actually from Chicago, and I used to listen to Mad Cow Morning Madhouse.
Man cow. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? Man cow.
Yeah.
What a...
And when I moved out here, I was looking for kind of like a show like that, but better. And then I found you guys, and I just want to say thank you. I've been listening to you guys ever since, and I enjoy you every morning coming into work.
Well, you're just too terribly nice.
Well, thank you so very much, and I can see that $20 I gave you yesterday paid off.
I did get a $10 gift card to Wendy's, so I'm getting lunch today.
Well,
look at that.
There you go.
That's winning.
That's you're living large now.
All right.
Thanks for calling
Thank
us.
you, Danielle. All right.
Oh, now Gina had a question.
Well,
should we make her call in, or should we just
maybe? I don't know. What's the
do you wanna-
question?
well,
Okay,
no,
here.
wait, no,
Hi.
wait. No, wait.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
is
go.
that-
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, it's first time caller, long time listener.
Is this Gina?
This is Hi, yes.
Hi, Gina.
Hello, yeah, what?
I love your work on the radio, by the way.
Thank you.
Sure.
I don't have a podcast. You can only find
know.
me exclusively on the radio.
Hello, yeah,
You
what?
are so old school.
So I'm going to the Aces show at Velour, the Sold Out Aces show tomorrow in Provo. And my husband, Joe, and I are making a date night out of it, which I kind of got excited about.
So is he going to meet you after the show?
I got excited about it until I started. He said, well, we should go to dinner before.
Proper.
No.
No?
In Provo.
Oh, no, not proper. I mean, what's that place we did our show from down there?
Yeah,
Ricky
keep
knows.
yelling at Gina or Richie. I
Richie
can't.
knows. It's called...
But we want to go somewhere where, because we want dinner and a glass of wine with dinner. And
that's...
Well, don't worry. People will text and the chat room will step in.
not
so-
proper. It's
everything I was looking at is not...
The place with the waffles.
and
The place with the
you sit at
waffles?
long tables.
Long tables.
and
right
they had
on-
waffles in the morning.
All right.
I don't want waffles.
No, it's just in the morning.
That was
they
in the
have
morning.
waffles. All
I
right.
need a place I can go out.
All right.
Hello, yeah,
We'll
what?
find it. Okay,
Okay.
we'll get there.
Okay.
This is Macy. Macy,
Hello,
welcome.
yeah, what?
Hi, Macy.
Treat the radio like it's your own personal valet
You
service.
do it all the time.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Macy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to tell you about an event that is tomorrow. It's called Touch a Truck, and it's at
Wait a
Valley
minute.
Fair Mall.
I don't know if we can say that on the radio.
I don't think you can say touch a truck. Is this some sort of a contest?
No, it's for kids and families, and they have fire trucks and police trucks.
Oh,
and
little kids would love
helicopters.
that. Yeah.
So kids can get. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds well. Okay.
Yeah.
So again,
It's pretty cool.
where is it
And
again?
it goes from 9 to 3 at Valley Fair Mall.
Valley Fair. Okay. And and they'll just are they parked inside?
No, that's outside in the parking lot. There'll be food trucks. There'll be other vendors. It's $20 per family to get any amount of people you want in per group.
Mm-hmm.
And it all goes to the Junior League for their charities.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Well, that sounds
There you go.
great.
Thank you.
And that's the perfect
Thank you.
use of the Hello, Yeah, What?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
You guys
Yeah.
have a great day and
All
a
right,
good
too.
weekend.
And people are saying it's communal.
Communal.
Is the place we were
That's,
talking
I
about.
just looked it up, but I'm looking to see if they have liquor.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring a flask.
No, I want to go somewhere where I can get a glass of wine.
Well, then go to a different county.
I don't know if they have wine or not. I'm just saying
I'm
it's Utah County. Take it.
I guess I'm
take
just
a flask.
I'm surprised that it's every cliche.
They have beer and wine.
Okay, so you can get wine at communal,
and it's a nice place.
It is a nice place. All right, Nate.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Nate.
Hey guys, thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome.
Question for Carrie. Have you heard of Ready Player One?
Yes.
What do you think about it? I just started reading it.
I would say to you to not read the book.
Because the movie's coming out?
Ready Player One. I've been told by a couple of people whom I trust that have read the book who say it's not a great book. And the stuff that I've seen as far as the making of the movie goes is it's going to be a lot different from the book. So wait to read the book.
Don't waste your time.
See the movie and then read the book. Because the people who have read the book, they're going to have a different movie and it's going to be a bad experience for them. So wait for the movie. Then read the book.
All right.
Okay. When does the movie come out?
Soon. I don't know.
Google.
It's soon.
Right.
Yeah, Google. Yeah, Google. We'll look it up for you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Gina, I could have, by the way, I could have just said that to you when you asked your question, because I Googled communal here, and they do
I
serve.
didn't know
communal. I Googled Provo restaurants, and it popped up, and they have for you beer and wine, grilled flat iron steak with balsamic onions and French fries.
Perfect.
Right there. That's your
We'll
restaurant.
be there tomorrow. March
Make a
30th is Ready Player One.
March 30th.
Make a reservation. You see, Google, it works for all kinds of things.
Easy. All right, let's go to Antonia.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello.
Hello. I don't know why
I just wanted
did
to say
that.
thank you for the Book of Mormon tickets that you guys got me a while back.
Oh,
sure.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you now you saw it here, obviously here in town. Did you have any idea what you were getting into when you went to go see it?
No, and then my friends told me it was the South Park guys, and I'm like, okay, now that makes more sense.
Yeah. And you were just delighted by it?
Oh yeah, I love South Park.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, you're welcome, and I'm glad we could help you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right. Thank you very much.
For your husband, Gina, falafel with tahini dressing.
Ooh.
It's perfect.
All right. There you go. Make reservations.
Okay.
Hello, yeah, what?
Kate. Hello, Kate.
Hi.
Hi. What's up?
So I have a question about other radio stations and their call-in features.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
So apparently there's another station here in town that does a call-in feature about first dates and how
and they hire actors.
Yeah.
To call in.
Sorry, I can't hear you guys.
And they hire actors to call in.
Go ahead.
They hire actors to call in. You're asking if they are fake calls, and many of them are.
Many
yes.
of them are.
Not all of them.
Many radio morning shows hire people to make their features more interesting because they don't trust their actual listeners to bring forth anything interesting at all, and so they want to guarantee that it's interesting and entertaining.
And I think that you, Kate, and the caller before you have made it very clear that we don't hire
We don't
actors.
hire actors.
to do. Is that kind of your question? And okay, I guess
she can't hear us.
I don't know why she can't hear us because we've been having no problems all this time. So it's her phone.
So.
Well, it's Xfinity Mobile. I'm trying that new Xfinity Mobile. Apparently, they don't work very well.
Well, I don't know if it's a service or your phone, actual phone. So I don't know.
Well, anyway, Kate.
iPhone 8.
Kate, did you kind of get the gist of what we were saying?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll have an actor call and start a topic.
It's really common.
Yeah, and and sometimes it's a person in the next room. Sometimes it's a person across,
or a
friend or something.
Or sometimes it's people that they just have. There are services that do this.
Yes, there are services that you can hire.
Hi, I'm a radio actor, and you can hire me, and I'll call when you need me to call in. I'll call in.
And they'll start and they'll tell a story that is not necessarily real, but it generates other phone calls about has this happened to you? Have you? And it's all fake. We can't afford that.
We don't have the budget.
Say that. We don't have the budget.
And then again, we've made it abundantly clear that none of these calls were fake because
it's pretty obvious.
They weren't that interesting.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah, what?
All right. That's a reasonable place to end it, I suppose.
Also?
All right, thank you.
Let's see. Oh, thank you, friend of the program that sent this in. A carpet roll in the right-hand lane, southbound Banter, 6 West, just before the I-15 junction. Thank you for that. They sent that in to 33986. Traffic not bad today. I don't know what are y'all doing?
Are you disappointed?
No, I'm glad. It's green lights all the way up and down I-15 as far as I can see, as far as UDOT is saying. Traffic brought to you by... It's time to head to Black Diamond for their annual fall sale and swap. Sale starts Friday, October 27th, runs through Sunday, October 29th. Black Diamond Store, 2092 East, 3900 South.
Gina, for you, for dessert at Communal, a chocolate hazelnut mousse, and for your husband, a cheese platter.
Perfect. You know exactly what we would order, by the way.
All right, here are your boner candidates coming up for round 2. Number 1, my back has been hurt, and I'm suing. Boner candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that. And boner candidate number 3, all the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein.
Boners round 2 coming up after these. Snowbird Ski and Summer Resort.
Oh, they've got their customer appreciation event going on this weekend.
The spa. I love the spa.
Well, then have a weekend escape at Snowbird.
Get a steam and a massage, man.
I like to get a facial, man. It's really good. Snowbird has their fall getaway package starting at just $139 per room. That deal includes lodging and a $50 gift card per night of stay. Visit snowbird.com. for details. And then the free aerial tram ride. Now let's see, the 28th and 29th. So tomorrow and Sunday. You can go on the tram from 11 to 5, and all you have to do is give them 3 cans of food for the Utah Food Bank. $6 cash or $6 cash for the Wasatch Adaptive Sports Program. And they've scheduled the opening day of skiing for November 22nd. And I was just kind of curious about that, as to whether that is solid, because they have so much snowmaking capability up there now. I wonder if they say that's the day we will open for sure, or is it climate conditions depending. But you can find out all of that by going to snowbird.com.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming. Don't miss dashboard.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Yes. Back to the people who are, the hello, yeah, what caller who complained about a show here in town that uses actors for their phone calls. It's another thing that's worse on this station that I used to listen to is the DJ would make up totally zany stories that were obvious lies. And they would say, that never actually happened to me. That actually never happened to me, yes. But then they would sell it as though it was true for a few minutes, convincing their fellow DJs just to get phone calls.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. I know exactly who they're talking about. And, yeah.
Let me just say this, for the short time that we are on the air now, clearly our days are numbered.
Yes. So, listen, Gina, I don't know if you've noticed it.
No, but
you've seen the target on my back. There's one on yours, too.
Bill's declared it, that this show has a very short shelf life right now because they're going to find a relevant podcast somewhere. We do not use fake callers.
Nope.
And sadly, the stories that we tell are true. We don't make them up.
Our lives are pretty pathetic.
Yeah. We
make up much more interesting stories.
Exactly. If I had that kind of lack of integrity as far as this show goes, I would start making stuff up.
Yeah.
And I would have things to tell you other than I'm held hostage by my dogs.
That's absolutely true.
That's not interesting.
But it's true.
But it's true.
And how many years in a row can I tell the story about how I peed on my skeleton costume?
Absolutely true.
You could make up
other
stories, but no, we have no budget and
a limited shelf
life, but we have integrity. So I don't know
if we have nothing else.
I mean, we could lose our integrity and live longer, but
that's true.
Anyway, time now for round 2 of the Boehner voting. 3 news stories presented to you here. You need to decide which of these 3 stories, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1, and Boehner fight happens at 9:25. So that's when the real action happens. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive something nice.
A gift card for Fat Cats, where we will be on Monday. We're doing a mixer there from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a family-friendly mixer, and you don't have to have a reservation. Just show up.
Yeah.
All right, here is Boehner candidate number 1, and I would suggest that you go to x96.com/live and look at the mugshot, or if you don't have the computer or the live capability or whatever, you can just go to x96.com and click on the Boehner candidate. This one is, my back has been hurt and I'm suing. A 54-year-old Florida woman arrested Sunday after she was caught stealing cement pavers from a home in Port Richey.
Okay.
She's 54?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
hard 54.
A lot of miles on that 54.
Deputies arrested Julie Ann Upright.
I'm an upright citizen, she says.
Just after 5 p.m. on Woodbridge Court after he found 42 cement decorative blocks worth $420 in her vehicle. The homeowner told detectives that he caught her taking the blocks without permission. They were part of a remodeling project, and they were stored in the front yard about 4 feet from the roadway, the owner said. Ms. Upright said, I thought they were trash. Deputies said she then threatened to sue the homeowner because she hurt her back on his property while loading the blocks into her vehicle.
Wow.
To make matters worse, the deputy said the blocks were stolen within a county that is subject to a state of emergency declared by the governor under Chapter 252. I guess must have been from the hurricane. Ms. Upright was taken to the Land O'Lakes Detention Center.
They have butter there?
Boehner candidate number 1, my back has been hurt and I'm suing. Here's Boehner candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that. Shocking surveillance video, which I think we may have at x96.com/live, shows the moment a Pittsburgh woman was knocked out cold by a man on a busy sidewalk. But that is not the worst of it. The footage also shows the woman being beaten and robbed by bystanders who proceed to take pictures of her, including selfies, as she lay unconscious on the ground.
So a bunch of horrible people.
They don't treat animals like that. They wouldn't treat a dog that way, the victim's mother told KDKA on Thursday. It's disgusting. My daughter needs help. The disturbing incident was caught on a camera in the Pittsburgh neighborhood Beachview. The footage was captured more than a month ago, wasn't released until this week. She's lying there like somebody just hit a deer, said Dr. Carpetto.
And then it's just walking away.
Yeah, a local
Take
physician.
pictures and leave.
Yeah, they're not calling 911, clearly.
It was like a sideshow in a circus, the doctor said. This is a human being. The woman apparently approached her attacker for a brief second right before he threw a haymaker at her, just knocked her, just cold-cocked her. A group of men can then be seen walking over to her, cell phones in hand, snapping pictures and video as she lays unconscious on the sidewalk. Boehner candidate number 2. They don't treat animals like that.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3. All the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein.
All right. Boehner candidate number 3 after this here. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by.
It's time to head into the Black Diamond store for their annual fall sale and swap. The sale starts Friday, October 27th, runs through Sunday, October 29th. The Black Diamond store, 2092 East, 3900 South.
Yeah?
People are... we keep forgetting that people don't listen to the whole show. They're hearing us talk about short shelf life and all of that.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere.
Referencing something earlier that we were talking about. We're good for at least another year.
Yeah,
okay,
we're not going anywhere.
No,
just calm down.
Don't worry about it yet. So here we go. Now, if you, I would love to own a ranch. And
what would you like to ranch?
Doesn't matter. I think I'd raise up a crop of dental floss or something.
What's the difference between a farm and a ranch? And I'm asking, as a farm boy, what's the difference between a farm and a ranch?
I don't think you're growing much on a ranch. It's animals.
Yeah, I think farming is more. You will have some crops and some, some animals, but dairy mostly, and some chickens, and but a ranch it's like animals, steers.
Well,
and
then
cows.
I don't know if I grew up on a ranch or a farm.
What did your dad call it?
He called it a farm.
Okay, then it's a farm.
All right.
But speaking of a ranch,
yes,
an Arizona man has put his ranch up for sale because he says he has been harassed for years by aliens who even have tried to abduct his wife.
Wow.
John Edmonds, the owner of the Stardust Ranch in Rainbow Valley, Arizona.
Called it the Stardust Ranch. That's asking for aliens.
The aliens told him he had to call it that. About an hour west of Phoenix, is a popular figure in the alien believers community and has publicized his purported encounters with extraterrestrials on Facebook. And he says, that's the reason I want to sell. They actually levitated my wife out of the bed in the master chamber and carried her into a parking lot and then tried to draw her up into their craft, he said. That is why I want to move. He said in the past 20 years he has experienced many strange events involving aliens and claims to have killed more than a dozen extraterrestrials on the sprawling ranch.
Let's see them.
He does have...
they vaporize.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's like Carrie was saying off the air. You'd think with the advent of smartphones where everybody has a camera with them all the time that we'd have lots of proof of aliens, and no?
Aliens don't show up in that kind of technology.
Oh.
See, I would just tell this guy that it doesn't matter if he moves because they've targeted you.
Yeah.
They're going to find you.
They're like... aliens can be an awful lot like roaches, or rats. Once they infest you, then.
Oh, and Daniel wants to know, if you're selling your ranch, do you have to legally disclose that you have alien problems?
He is. He is disclosing it. He's actually been quite popular in the alien circles.
There's mold and aliens.
Yes. So this is Utah man who spent more of his life in prison than out of prison, was about to be arrested again. David Corona, he was about to be arrested. He had served 23 years in prison for murder that he committed at the age of 18. He was paroled in May. He violated his parole by having a positive pee test, urine test, trying to detect, drugs or whatever. So the Board of Pardons and Parole issued an arrest warrant, and as the cops were coming to his house, he shot himself and killed himself because he couldn't stand the idea of spending another moment behind bars. Mr. Corona, they said, officers surrounded him. He pulled out a gun. He made no overt action that he was going to shoot at us. The firearm came out, immediately went to his head, and he shot himself and died at the scene, they report. And I believe that's what John was talking about yesterday.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. John was actually in that neighborhood when that happened, John Smith. Now, this I want to talk to Tom Hackett about this a little bit, and you didn't bring it up in your sports.
That's right.
But,
Tom will be here at 8:45 to help us care about sports.
Brigham Young University and the NCAA are investigating whether a booster paid for travel to concerts and an amusement park for men's basketball player Nick Emery, who I think he's like one of the stars of the team, isn't he? I mean, he's a big deal. And they gave him the use of a new car. The university issued statements Thursday saying it had contacted the NCAA after receiving that information. BYU is in the process of working with the NCAA regarding issues to Nick Emery, the university said in a statement. Student athletes are prohibited from receiving money, loans, or other benefits from boosters. Teams can be penalized even if the coaches didn't know it was occurring. Violations can result in sanctions such as probation, loss of scholarship, or the violations happen during the season. Neither Emery nor members of his family returned any messages seeking comment. BYU hired a law firm to help conduct the investigation. And,
But the other side of that is...
Well, that's what I want to talk to Tom about.
Yeah.
They don't pay, these guys don't get paid.
You should be able to...
I think you can't even buy them dinner, I think.
No, like I remember Rick Majerus up at the U getting in trouble for taking a basketball player out to dinner when his father died. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Really? You got Wow.
So
you should be able to do that.
That's crazy.
You suck at basketball.
Emery is a junior guard. He was team captain and starter last season. There is documentation of Emery paying for travel, and it's been apparently, well, we'll get into it with Hackett, Tom Hackett, in a minute. Let's see now. We haven't talked about this at all. The JFK files.
Well,
because there's nothing there.
I haven't read anything.
Released.
What I heard was that they were supposed to be released. It was like 25 years ago. The law was said that this is the day that they're supposed to be released.
Right.
And apparently nobody did the work to do the proper redaction on stuff.
Because they're still classified.
And so they were supposed to be redacted by now and released by law.
They were, except for a few.
But apparently a bunch of them, they just never got around to the proper redaction, and so they can't release.
Well, the FBI, even with the redaction, I don't know, the FBI and the CIA are still touchy about it.
Because there's names in there.
Well, no, it's because it reveals techniques that they have used.
But the law stated that it had to be, you have to redact what you need to redact, and then they have to be released on this day, is what the law said. But the departments never got around to the redaction stuff.
The government released 2,891 documents yesterday, but President Trump delayed the release of some others, saying he had no choice but to consider national security, law enforcement, and foreign affairs concerns raised by the FBI and the CIA. One of the most interesting documents to be unearthed, as journalists, scholars, and the public pored over them, was a memo written by J. Edgar Hoover that said the FBI had warning of a potential death threat to Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who had killed President Kennedy, who was then in police custody. So they had a warning that somebody was going to try and kill Oswald. And apparently they didn't do much about it. There was not a lot of security around Oswald when he was being transferred, whatever that transfer was, when Jack Ruby went in there and shot him. There was also confirmation of things that we sort of knew anyway. Confirmation of information that the CIA had tried to hire people to assassinate Fidel Castro and Raul Castro and Che Guevara. And then there was also some thought that the reason that Cuba had tried to, Cuba was behind the assassination of Kennedy because of that. But the investigation continued, and they pretty much discounted that Cuba was behind the assassination.
I saw that Oliver North.
They didn't discount the fact. They didn't discount the fact that the CIA did try to hire people from the mob to kill Castro.
Now, the stuff that the White House has now said that, we need to get that stuff redacted that you want redacted, and then we'll release the rest of it in April, is what they're saying now.
Probably going to be not any big revelations. There'll be confirmation of things, of stuff that people have already kind of known.
And there'll be plenty of vague stuff in there that we can misinterpret and turn into all kinds of conspiracy theories.
Yeah. And just quickly, a timepiece, a watch, so rare,
yes,
so legendary, that watch collectors and dealers, tired of adjectives, turned to full-throated phrases, the watch that started it all, Paul Newman's Rolex.
What did it start?
Well, it started this romance with watches. It was just sold at auction. Paul Newman's Rolex for $17.8 million.
Damn.
It's a Rolex watch that he's seen wearing, like when he was racing cars and stuff, wearing a lot. $17.8 million.
Wow. All right, weather, traffic?
Lovely, and will continue to be so for days. Highs in the mid to lower 60s. Brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com. And traffic, y'all are doing a good job. Just keep it up, because you're not crashing into things. It's time to head to the Black Diamond store for their annual fall sale and swap. Sale starts Friday, October 27th, runs through Sunday, October 29th. Black Diamond Store, 2092 East, 3900 South.
All right.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. All the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein. A former fertility doctor in Indiana is accused of using his own sperm to impregnate patients. He will plead guilty to 2 charges of obstruction of justice. Dr. Donald Klein, 78 years old, allegedly fathered at least 25 children.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
X96.com/live via sperm donation while he was a fertility doctor. Dr. Klein's biological children connected through DNA testing and,
I wouldn't want to know. Would you want to know?
Well,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to know.
That's why we haven't told you, Gina. Klein's attorneys on Tuesday said the former doctor will admit that he lied to state investigators. But remember, Cecil Jacobson, here in Salt Lake City, fertility clinic here in Salt Lake City,
and there was. It seems like there was another one.
How many? And then there was another one.
Yeah,
I was trying to find how many children Cecil Jacobson was responsible for. Anyway, that's Boehner candidate number 3. All the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1, my back is hurt and I'm suing. That's what the woman who was stealing, decorative concrete blocks out of a guy's front yard, she put them in her car. She got caught. Now she says, well, I'm going to sue you because when I was putting those in my car, it hurt my back. Boehner candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that. A woman gets knocked cold by some guy on the street, and then bystanders stop and take pictures of her and selfies of her, and nobody calls 911. And Boehner candidate number 3, all the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein.
All right, let's go. It's time to declare a winner of this round. Round 2. You have to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified and deserving to go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the day. So 1, 2, or 3, pick it. Put that candidate number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Easy. That's one way. Another way, 877-602-9696. Use your phone, your voice to vote. If you're we gave you the text information. X96.com if you're online, if you're at work. X96.com. Find the box that says Round 2, October 27, and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. It's round 2 of the Boehner voting. Move it.
Keep the radio on. A 1 hour nonstop.
It's from the Girl Scouts. Okay. And then there's a nice letter say, "Hey Bill, we get you. You're a guy's guy. You have unassuming strength, a casual confidence, and an uncompromising integrity, and are so dumb you don't know this is a form letter."
Wow, they really know who I am.
You know the spread of Sunday's game and have a steak ready to grill and a cold drink waiting in the fridge. You're man enough to be a Girl Scout. So I've been given a membership in the Girl Scouts.
So what do you...
And then I got this.
Do you have to sell your own Girl Scout cookies?
No, I think what that means is they'll hit me up periodically for money.
Yeah. That's a great gift, then.
I didn't want to say that what they're doing is opening a door to something that you will regret later. But
now I get this card. Now, little Bill, sick. He's sick. He was very ill. Barfing and all that. So that explains the card. And with this card came 3 pairs of really nice underpants. Patagonia, silk weight, boxer briefs.
Underpants.
Which I really like. And they're very, it's expensive underwear. I mean, I think they're $30 a piece or something like that.
You should get a whole pair of pants for that.
So here's the card that came with it. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble. Trouble.
Trouble.
And then you open it up and says, "Or am I?" ?
This is your Father's Day card?
Fortunately, you can cover your ass with these. Happy Father's Day. That's it.
At least I'm too sick to cause trouble.
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 Yeah, trouble.
And am I?
And then you open it up.
That's a threat.
Or am I?
That's a threat, is what that is.
That's exactly what it is. So it was my Father's Day threat. Yes. Anyway, that's nice to be a Girl Scout, though.
Snowbird was awesome yesterday for Father's Day. There were a ton of people. Saw lots of friends of the program up there. They had garlic fries. It was perfect. They had bacon on sticks. Big, thick bacon on sticks.
So Gina was happy, and that made it a good Father's Day because she got what she wanted.
Well, no, everybody got. Joe got a massage up at the cliff. Daddy Gary got a massage up at the cliff.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, they had garlic fries.
They had garlic fries and bacon on sticks. Yeah.
I went out to the Christiansen family farm, Hog Heaven in Vernon, on Saturday and bought a bunch of meat. That was bought pork and beef, and that's actually for my wife's birthday, who's her birthday today. She wanted meat for her birthday.
The gift of meat.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah. You?
No.
Nothing. Nothing. All right.
What? I'm not a father.
Well, you didn't see your dad.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
see
you did.
Yeah.
See your dad. How's he doing?
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's his
Did you
mustache?
give him meat?
No, he gives me meat.
Oh, okay.
He's the farmer.
Harry gives him money.
Yeah, I give him cash.
We've discussed that. Here, Dad. He does it under the table so nobody can see. Yeah, there you go. Hold out your hand.
Buy some more life-giving medicine. There you go.
Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 is brought to you in part by some leftover chicken cashew broccoli stir fry.
Wow.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today at fatcatsfun.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was "My back has been hurt and I'm suing you." That's what the woman who was stealing decorative concrete blocks from a man's yard said. After she'd loaded them into her car, she was caught. She said, "Well, it hurt my back, and so I'm going to sue you." Boner candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that. A woman getting knocked out just by the man just sucker punched on the street. She's knocked out cold, and then bystanders stop and take selfies standing next to her.
Yeah.
And boner candidate number 3, all the kids came out looking like Dr. Klein, the fertility doctor who is expected to plead guilty. He used his own sperm to inseminate patients. Let's see, Rochelle won the Fat Cats gift card, and the going away winner of today's boner voting, candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that.
Yep. All right. That one goes to to the final, Boner Fight. That's the winner of round 2. So Boner Fight happens at 9:25, goes up against the winner of round 1. It might be Boner of the Day today. Is this sponsored, Gina?
It should be.
Opportunities are available in all walks of life in Australia. So if you're young and if you're healthy, why not get a boat and come to Australia?
Well, here he is with his Australia report. Tom Hackett, former punter for the University of Utah and now sports analyst extraordinaire on ESPN 700. That's an AM radio station, and you can hear Tom every weekday, 4 to 6 p.m.?
Correct.
Now, Tom, so I don't know. We had a spirited discussion and or argument here on Tuesday about who's to blame for the falling down of the offense at University of Utah and at BYU. Who is to blame for these things?
Well, BYU didn't fall down. They never got off the floor.
Yeah. BYU suck. They still suck. They play San Jose this weekend. If they don't win that game at home in Provo, then somebody's head's got to get chopped off.
Would it be Ty Detmers?
Yeah, who would get fired in that situation?
That's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
But then the question becomes, who do you replace him with? There are only so many high school coaches in the country.
That was pretty mean.
And then for Utah, I mean, it has only been 1 week. It's been 3 losses, but it's been 2 losses to 2 good teams for a combined 4 points.
Yeah.
And then the weekend against Arizona State, which was
inexcusable.
Awful.
Yeah.
30-10. It may as well have been 30-3 because the touchdown for Utah came within the last minute. So, combination of things. The quarterback wasn't healthy. They decided to play him. I didn't agree with that decision. I thought they needed to play Troy Williams, who was the starter last year, and he played in the 2 games that they lost.
But played fairly well. And
Troy Williams or Tyler Huntley?
Troy Williams in those games.
Correct.
He played fairly well.
No, I just think Troy Williams deserves more respect than what he's been given. He obviously lost the job at the start of the year. Tyler Huntley came in, played very well.
Fairly well doesn't get you trophies, baby. Fairly well. That doesn't get you anywhere.
I think he would have played better than what Tyler Huntley played on the weekend because he was banged up. I mean, his shoulder was still hurting, and that was evident anyway. He's expected to start again up in Oregon. The question with Oregon becomes...
Is that this Saturday?
That's this Saturday, 3:45 Mountain Time on Pac-12 Networks. You can catch that ball game. The question up in Oregon, their starting quarterback, who broke his collarbone 4 weeks ago, he's back practicing somehow, some way. I don't know, miracle rub or something. They must have put it on there, yes.
Essential oils.
Essential oils. Anyway,
Yeah.
if he plays, his name's Justin Herbert. He wears, I believe, number 10. If he plays, then it's an entirely different Oregon outfit. So if he doesn't play, Utah should be able to get the victory whether Tyler Huntley is healthy or not. But if he does play, he was the player that essentially put the final nail in Utah's coffin last year. So there is a bit of revenge going on. Last time Utah went up to Eugene, Oregon. Have you guys ever been to Eugene, Oregon?
I have.
I've driven through it, but...
Quite a pretty town. Yeah, rather small. Anyway, last time Utah was up there, we murdered them. Not literally, but we
played very well.
I would have heard about
20
that.
or something. Yeah.
And then, do you have any idea what Weber and SU?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't
Sorry,
know. Logan?
yeah.
He only
Nah.
pays attention to
Logan?
the big
No?
schools.
You don't know?
Logan is Utah State. No,
No, you don't know. Okay, I want to.
You want to ask him quickly about?
I want to ask you about this. So there's this big. There's a story here about the basketball player at BYU,
right?
Who's in trouble, and that gets the program in trouble for NCAA violations,
right?
Accepting the use of a car, apparently, that sort of thing. Travel expenses being paid for by a booster, and that's against NCAA rules. I think you can't. Now, you tell us. You were a player. What do they tell you can and cannot do?
You cannot do just about anything. You can't accept any benefit, is what they say. Anything at all.
They can't take you out to dinner.
No.
I've got an example from someone who knows about these things. There was a college team traveling on an airline. Their flight was delayed, and the coach was wary of taking the goodwill credit that they gave to the players because they didn't want to violate the rules.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Unless it comes from the program itself. So Jeff Rudy, the director of football operations, if we go to a bowl game down in Las Vegas, we'll occasionally get a credit card for $200, and that's okay. You know, that's deemed all right because it's coming from the program. However, any outside source, nothing. If you went to a local establishment for breakfast that you enjoyed going to, you became friends with the owner, you can give him some tickets to the game, but he cannot
can't buy
return
you
the favor
breakfast.
by saying, hey, this one's on me, which is
That's
nonsense.
crazy.
Really? That's dumb.
Yeah, it's not right.
So what do you think about the idea then, because you've been in the system, there are people who say that college players, basketball, football, should be paid a salary.
I don't agree with the salary thing.
Really?
Because then it takes it from the amateur to a professional thing. I think that if you are a good enough football, basketball, gymnastics player, and you want to have your own signing autograph down at the local mall, and you want to charge $3, $4, $5 for people to come and get your order, if you have earned that right, you should be able to do that. Because if people are willing to pay money to get your autograph, then you've clearly done something well enough for them to deem that. If you want to sell a jersey with your name on the back, you should be able to do that. When the salary thing, I think that's the first step. Maybe the salary comes after that. But I think you got to take a couple steps before you jump right into the salary thing, because then Title IX gets involved, and then other sports get frustrated because the football and maybe the basketball at some schools
have bigger budgets.
They have bigger budgets, and so there's too much.
But it's all But then there's the argument that you players are responsible for making a lot of money for the school.
Yeah. Well, the argument on the other side is
scholarship.
You get school, you get opportunities, you get to
the
be
scholarship is worth $250,000
and
over
you get
the course
to be,
of 4 years.
If you want the opportunity to maybe play at a higher level, you have to be on that stage. There's no other way to do it.
Can I ask you? Did you do all 4 years at the U?
All 4 years at the U.
Yeah, and you got a degree in what?
Sports management.
Sports management.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't ask why. I still don't know.
Well, could have been in something even equally as useless, communications.
Could have been
sociology.
Tom Hackett, thanks a lot. You can hear Tom every weekday, 4 to 6 p.m., AM 700. That's the ESPN station right here in the building.
Thank you, guys.
Tom.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
No, we're good.
Are we good?
We gotta get on with it because we got live band coming in.
Oh, that's right. Aces are going to be in here playing for us.
Hey, that's Aces with me.
That's very good. And so that'll be our potty break song. Also, we have Killers tickets to give away, and Boehner Fight is on the way. KXRK Provo. With all the crap that's going on in the world today, I think we should just go bowling.
Well, it just so happens we're having our Halloween bowling mixer Monday, October 3rd.
Bill.
Don't you know who I am?
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we're just going to do a Saturday Night Live kind of thing?
Let's do that.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, live here in the studio, Aces.
We get change our bad habits. We try to sleep at night. Lost for the moment I've tried to find, but it's the same thing every time. It's some kind of magic between you and I. But I gotta be honest, baby, no, we just can't get it right. Set it up, spin me around, we're just physical. Whoa, we're just physical. Turn me on, turn it up, unemotional every single time. Whoa, we're just physical. Whoa, physical. You're not a friend, not a lover. We try to act like it's fine. I read cover to cover, baby. You know I'm right, it's the same thing every time. Set it up, spin me around, we're just physical. Whoa, we're just physical. Turn me on, turn it up, unemotional every single time. Whoa, we're just physical. Whoa, physical. Whoa, we're just physical. Whoa, physical, my baby. You say that you know me, you don't know. And lately, you've told me you love me, you don't know, baby. You say that you know me, you don't know. Lately, you've told me you love me, you don't know. Set it up, spin me around, turn me on, turn it up. Spin me around, baby. Set it up, baby. Turn it up, babe. Whoa, we're just physical. Whoa, physical. Whoa, we're just physical. Whoa, physical, my baby. You say that you know me, you don't. No, you don't, baby. Lately, you've told me you love me, you don't. We're just physical.
There you go.
Aces.
Thank you so much.
The Aces.
The Aces. It is the Aces.
It is the Aces.
It is.
So please introduce yourselves, starting from over there. Yeah.
Yeah, my name's Crystal. I'm the lead singer of the Aces.
I'm Katie. I'm the guitar player.
Hi,
I'm
Katie.
McKenna. I play bass.
I'm Elisa. I play drums.
And the show is
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at Velour in Provo.
But is it
sold out?
Is it sold out?
Sold out.
Sold out.
It is,
Couple
which is
hours.
amazing. Yeah, it was just like very quick sellout, which is
Definitely
really
the fastest
awesome.
sellout we've ever had from our hometown. So that's super cool.
Yeah. So are you guys all from Utah County, Provo?
Yeah. Orem, yeah.
Well, we all grew up in Orem. Just like I mean, I don't know if you guys know, it's like 10 minutes outside of Provo.
Yeah.
Of course.
I
You
grew
guys
up in
are-
Spanish Fork. I
You guys know.
what
You
you're
know.
talking
You
about.
We've been around.
Yeah.
We've been around. We've been around. We've been to Utah County occasionally.
You've seen it all.
So the Aces. Is there a particular reason you called yourself the Aces?
Tell them the formula.
Well, it started out as the Blue Aces, which is like, because we've been a band for like 10 years.
Wow.
Since we were like 11 and 10 years old.
We've
Lisa was
capped
8.
it at 10. It's probably longer now.
Yeah, it's
but
probably
we don't want to
longer now.
sound like ancient.
Already, and we're like 21 and 20 years old. But yeah, so it started out as the Blue Aces, just as like little kids, and like just had a friend
It's a
be
great
like,
name, the Blue Aces.
Thank you. And we just like, I thought it sounded rock and roll, and like I had a friend be like, just pick like a color and an object, and you're good. And I was
That's
like
a bad
10, and I
name.
was like,
easy.
That's a good
Done.
formula. I like that.
It was Blue Aces for like the first 8 years, and then about a couple years ago, we just decided to drop the blue because people were just shortening the name anyway and just calling us Aces.
It's true. My former band, the Red Staplers, we had to drop the red. We're just the Staplers.
Stapler. See, it's like you drop the color once you know.
And then where can people find your music? And then you're going to do another song.
Then we gotta have you do another.
We're everywhere. So
Yeah,
Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, like anywhere you look for music, YouTube, Amazon,
Instagram, Twitter.
Just look for The Aces.
The Aces.
Yep.
All right. And you're going to do another song now. What is this one called?
This is our single "Stuck," which X96 has been spinning like crazy.
We have
so
been
thank you guys so much.
because people keep calling and asking for it.
Oh my goodness, thank
Because
you.
they like it. So, ladies and gentlemen, all right, let's get this. Is that right?
That's good.
Next
All
time,
right.
bring the bass and the drum kit, too.
Yeah,
I know,
the whole
right?
thing.
We got to just do the full thing.
All right, ready?
Yeah, this is Stuck. We talk till we're blue in the face. And the words don't resonate. Seasons, they always seem to stay the same. We're holding on to things we said we would change. I'm stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. It cuts, babe, 'cause we're just taking it slow. It's overdue, make your move. Stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. You move, and I don't really know what to say. Too soon, am I supposed to feel this way? Reach out, but I don't want to get in your way. You're too little, you're too late. I know that's what you're gonna say. I'm stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. It cuts, babe, 'cause we're just taking it slow. It's overdue, make your move. Stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. I see it in your eyes, your eyes, your eyes. We ain't satisfied. Waste away our lives, our lives, our lives. We ain't satisfied. We talk till we're blue in the face. Oh no. Holding on to things we said we wouldn't change. Oh, you know I'm stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. It cuts, babe, 'cause we're just taking it slow. It's overdue, make your move. Stuck, babe, I'm stuck with nowhere to go. Oh, you know I'm stuck, babe, stuck with nowhere to go. Stuck, babe, I'm stuck with nowhere to go. I see it in your eyes, your eyes, your eyes. We ain't satisfied. Stuck, babe, I'm stuck with nowhere to go.
Thank you.
And
Nice.
We have a live chat room here, and they're demanding an acoustic album now.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
so you know, because you
We're-
guys don't usually perform acoustically.
Yeah.
actually are working on some.
We are working on some stuff right
Oh,
now.
good.
So just keep your eyes
You've already
peeled.
got clients lined up. They're just ready. Yeah.
All right. The Aces, a pleasure to meet you all. and
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
very
Anytime.
much.
Thanks
And-
for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Gina, if you would please, we need to give away those Killers tickets.
Yes, just quickly, I'm going to give you a keyword, and you'll text it to 33986. X96 proud to welcome the Killers to the Vivint Smart Home Arena Tuesday, February 6th. You can buy tickets at Ticketmaster.com, or you can win them right now from us by texting the word YOU, Y-O-U. Text it to the 33986.
That's easy. All right. Let's see now. Coming up, we got Boehner fight. We got a
we
little
still
bit
got
of
more to
news.
do, huh?
We still have more to do. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well,
also,
just want to go to bed.
Michael from Day of the Dead at UCCC.
Oh, out at the cultural center out in
Because
West
it
Valley.
happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll do that maybe instead of news.
Okay.
Instead of a little bit of news.
I just want to go home to bed, though.
I do too. I've got my weekend planned, and it involves my Mattress Firm mattress.
Yeah, I don't.
The entire weekend.
I don't
Feel that way before you got your new mattress, did you?
A friend of mine just told me she got me a bottle of Old Granddad. So I get my Mattress Firm mattress and a bottle of Old Granddad, and I'm set for the weekend. They're having a sale there, and what is this? They have these deals. This deal where you can buy a bed and pay for it in like $50 a month, no interest on approval of credit.
That's easy to do.
So go into Mattress Firm, find the perfect mattress for you, and you will find one at Mattress Firm because they have such a variety of styles and brands. So find that perfect mattress, then don't pay a cent of interest because you'll get 0% APR for 5 years. That's 60 months of sleeping interest-free. Customer should call if you want to find out more about that. 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms, subject to credit approval. We have to read that. But the best thing to tell you is mattressfirm.com. You'll find a store near you.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers.
Shepherd and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, so we got Boehner Fight coming up in a moment, but first...
Brought to you by Outperforming the Others, Performance Toyota Bountiful. See the amazing specials on all remaining 2017s at toyotabountiful.com. Putting a smile on your face every day, Performance Toyota Bountiful.
It's the Utah Cultural Celebration Center.
Correct.
I got it. Michael Christensen is he's a folklorist, and he's also he does visual arts for the center. And we want to talk about the Day of the Dead celebration that's going on there primarily tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the big celebration is tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So what will people experience when they come to the Day of the Dead celebration out there?
A whole lot of activities. We've got traditional music, traditional dance, ritualistic Aztec dance, mariachi bands. We're having a Katrina costume competition. Of course, we've got food vendors. We've got, all kinds. The
Some
altars.
Crafts. You can buy a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, craft vendors, activities for kids, sugar skull making, paper flower making.
Yeah, that's big at the Day of the Dead. So when do they actually celebrate the Day of the Dead? It's like
November 1st and 2nd.
November 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get all the gear you need.
Yeah, if you're celebrating on the actual dates, you can come down there and get prepared. We always have the event the Saturday prior to the 1st and 2nd.
Explain to people maybe just quickly what the Day of the Dead is supposed to do. What is it supposed to be?
Well, the first thing I say is that it is not Halloween.
Yeah,
so,
that's the misconception that a lot of people have.
Precisely. Everybody says, oh, it's the Mexican Halloween, and it is certainly not that. It's a time for family and friends to get together and reflect back upon their deceased loved ones who have gone before them. The idea is that the veil between the living and the dead at that time of year is at its thinnest, and so they construct offerings or altars to entice the deceased to come back to visit with their families.
The sugar skulls?
Sugar skulls representing each individual's, oftentimes with names on them for the deceased.
And there's bread, too, right? Pan de Muertos?
Yeah, pan de muerto. It's a special sweet bread, often flavored with anise, and it's made to look like skulls. The dough is shaped like crossbones on top of it.
And what's also, it's interesting to me, and you'll see this more and more in cemeteries here in Salt Lake, and I notice, I've been up in Ogden and seen this, that families will, Mexican families will go to the cemetery and set up lawn chairs and...
Yeah, it's really celebratory. It's not meant to be macabre or scary or spooky in any way, but actually a really joyous occasion to get together with family. And like we said, we're recreating this at the Cultural Center. We're recreating it in the gallery, but the actual, primary context for this to really happen would be at the graveyard or cemetery with entire communities coming out and spending time with neighbors, families, and friends, etc.
If people aren't familiar with the Utah Cultural Celebration Center, where is it and how do they get there and all of that?
We're in West Valley City, and we're east of Redwood Road on 3100 South. So, for example, if you're heading straight east from the Maverick Center, you'll run right into us.
Yeah, simple as that. It's a great event.
So just head out tomorrow from 11 to 6. 11 to 6.
11 to 6. It's $5, I think, for a ticket.
Yeah, $5 for adults, 12 and under free, and all students are free. So just bring an ID and flash your student ID, and you get in for free.
But bring some money because you'll want to buy some food or some stuff with the vendors are there.
Absolutely.
Can you get a beer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's always Bill's final question.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah, we've got a full license out there, so come be celebratory and have a great time with us.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, Michael Christensen, the Utah Cultural Celebration Center. It's Dia de los Muertos tomorrow, 10 to 6. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
very much.
Cheers.
It's Boehner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we have the winner of round 1 going up against the winner from round 2. 7 o'clock we did round 1, and the winner there was... You are crisis actors, and you're scamming the public.
No.
Well, that's that. Yes, no,
That was the winner.
that is what it is,
I
Gina.
know, but-
Las Vegas victims of the massacre, the shooting, targeted by death threats after surviving the massacre. And these people who say, yeah, those people out there were shot. That they were just actors. It was all staged by the government. all of that. And then the winner from round 2 was They Don't Treat Animals Like That. It's a woman who got knocked out cold on the street, and bystanders stopped to take selfies of her. And I think she was robbed as well while she was lying there unconscious. So that's number 2.
You've got to decide which one of these two is boner worthy. Which one is the boner of the day? Which one is the worst? 1 or 2? Text 1 or 2 in the message of your text. Send that to 33986. Okay, there's one way to vote. Another way, 877-602-9696. Call. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight October 27 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. And again, you've got less than 300 seconds to decide who is boner of the day. Here we go. It's Boner Fight.
We gotta do something. I'm open to suggestions, Doctor.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1 hour no.
How do you feel about hot water bottles?
No, I don't have a lot of experience with those. Although it seems to my grandmother always had one hanging on the back of the bathroom door with a hose on it.
That wasn't a hot water
bottle. Oh, it wasn't?
It wasn't?
Well, what was it?
Oh.
It was
really?
red rubber.
Yeah, that wasn't a hot water.
With a hose on it?
No.
Wait a minute, she just left that out?
What was that for?
You really don't know?
I just want you to tell me. I might know, but
It's something that's not recommended anymore that women do.
Oh.
Well,
I think
that's what that was.
I think
that
it was
not a hot water bottle.
I think it was also used for enemas. They used them for enemas, I think, as well.
You sure?
But it was the same thing, right? It was the hot water bottle. You could take the hose off.
I don't think you should use it for all of those things.
Well, I think it was the same deal. You could take the hose off and there was a stopper, I think.
This really disturbs me because I thought it was just a hot water bottle. It was like at my aunt's house.
Nope.
And I saw that. She just left that out?
Yeah, they always used to be hanging on the back, right?
I mean, she knew that we were coming to visit.
So they can dry them out.
Yeah.
You got to hang them
What are you
up.
just leaving that out for?
They were always on a hook on the back of the bathroom
People are coming
door.
to visit you.
It was the custom
of
the time. Back in the day, that's what they did. But I think they also used them as hot water
I
bottles.
hope not.
I'm going to look it up. I'll look it up.
If your grandma ever handed you a hot water bottle, I hope it was something different.
Hey, even if it was an enema bag, all right? Why did she leave that out? She knew that we were coming to visit. You put stuff away when you know people are coming to visit.
Put that in the enema bag drawer.
I mean, I know we're family, but
and they used it for flushing other things out as
Yes.
well. They used it for douching.
Why would my aunt just leave that out?
Terry, don't douche.
She's a horrible person.
No, everybody did.
I remember my grandma having it hanging on. Grandma Fern had it on the back of her.
Douche.
I mean, I didn't like her anyway, but now I really don't like her.
But see, it didn't do you any damage because you didn't know.
It's doing it now.
The memory.
It's making me think about.
Are you scarred now?
No, her thought process. Family's coming to visit. I'm just going to leave this out. I don't care.
Well, maybe somebody in the family needs an enema or a douche or a hot water bottle. It's handy.
on X96.
All right. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you by...
In part by...
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm really sorry.
It's all
I also
right.
said that Tom Hackett was on from 4 to 6, and he's on from 2 to 6 on ESPN.
It's
I'm just losing it today.
Well, it's not a lie that he's on from 4 to 6.
No, but it was inaccurate.
Right.
So anyway, brought to you in part by some stir fry and also half a box of Triscuits.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today. Go to fatcatsfun.com.
So Boner candidate number 1 in Boner Fight was you are crisis actors scamming the public. People accusing the victims, surviving victims of the Las Vegas massacre of being actors. It's all a government hoax, and there were these.
Whatever.
And then Boner candidate number 2, they don't treat animals like that. The woman who was knocked out, slugged by a guy on the street, she's lying there out cold, and people, instead of helping her, stop and take pictures of her and selfies with her. Shannon won the Fat Cats gift card, and the Boner winner today, Boner candidate number 1, you are crisis actors scamming the public.
Very deservedly, Boner of the Day. Will it be Boner of the Week?
I don't know.
Dave will be here in the next break to decide. All right.
Is that line? Heidi?
Heidi's on the line.
Heidi.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Heidi Shepherd, former intern for the Radio from Hell show.
Big things happen if you're a Radio from Hell intern. You just wait, Nick. It's happening.
And Heidi, Heidi is now with a band called Butcher Babies, and you guys are going to be in town tomorrow, right?
Yes, we are in town with the band Hollywood Undead. I believe we're playing in the venue. Rumor is circulating that it's moving to the complex, but I haven't had any confirmation.
That'd be great. It's
so
a
far,
bigger
Yeah, that'd be good.
space.
Now, Heidi,
Yes.
let me just read a couple of things to you about your time as an intern with us and see if these resonate with you, okay?
Oh, boy.
Okay, so...
lay it on me.
This is from the archive.
Yeah, so we would have Heidi on the air every once in a while. Here's the first time we had her on the air. Meet the Interns, January 4th, 2007. Heidi likes to bring it on with what she calls her mad skills. And she likes to conversate while she shakes her groove thing. Heidi was less than precise.
I'm really good at conversating.
Yeah, Heidi was less than precise, but her groove thing may be an extra appendage on the lower half of her body due to a birth defect. Her other groove thing was removed early in life, leaving Heidi with no belly button. You remember that?
I do remember.
Yes.
That groove thing has still not shown up.
And Heidi does not, as she showed us, she does not have a belly button.
Well, if you just go to Google Images and look up Butcher Babies Heidi, you can see the no belly button.
Yeah.
There is no belly button. It is still missing. Cannot find it.
We're gonna ask you about the Butcher Babies in just a second, but let me go through a couple more of these. Next time you were on the air with us, March 16th. Heidi the Groove Thing is having her bosoms amplified.
Oh, my God.
You came on.
Why did we talk about that?
She came on and talked about it. We didn't talk about it. Apparently, she was guilty of falsely advertising the size of them with push-up bras. Frankly,
I mean, come on. Who is it?
Yeah, and Carrie thought it was about time. Heidi really needed to have a larger balcony installed, and she did. Now, this one, Mama, I'm going fast. Heidi the Groove Thing received a ticket this morning. She was going down 1300 South, which is the 30-mile zone, at 60 miles an hour. The cop pulled her over, and Groove Thing, that was her intern nickname, the Groove Thing, had to discreetly put on her seatbelt so she didn't receive an additional ticket. On top of that, she had left her driver's license in her clubbing pants.
Your clubbing pants. I meant you had dedicated clubbing pants.
Heidi, you were funny, and we enjoyed having you as an intern. So
well, thank you. I love hearing about my 20-year-old self.
Hey, Heidi,
It's
tell us
amazing.
quickly before, because Bill talked through our whole interview with you. So tell us quickly about Butcher Babies, what kind of music people can expect to hear from you with Hollywood Undead tomorrow night.
Well, Butcher Babies is just a straight forward metal band, and we have some stuff that heads towards radio. But we're a metal band. We get out there. It's a good headbanging time. We like to start the show with "Are you ready to party?" So it really is kind of our party, and everyone's invited. It's fronted by 2 females, me included, myself included, and my best friend Carla, and it's really fun. It's just a good time. We've played in Utah several times. We've been through with Black Label Society, Cradle of Filth. We've headlined a couple times there, so it's really fun to return. And my family is like a cheerleading squad. They all show up wearing Butcher Baby shirts, stand in front row. They'll crowd surf. My brothers are really good at crowd surfing nowadays. So.
I would wear a Butcher Baby shirt if I had one. I'd love to have one.
Well, I imagine there's a merch table at the show.
So Heidi, the band is. Do you have? You travel around the country, right? You play all over the place, right?
Yeah, we're in Las Vegas tonight, and then Salt Lake tomorrow. And last night we were in LA.
Do you find you have a bigger following in one city or another? Is it Salt Lake, or is there places where you have a bigger following?
Oh, it's so diverse all over the country. I'd say our biggest following is probably the middle of the country.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird, but they have these giant festivals like in Ohio and Chicago that we play all the time, and it obviously puts us in front of a lot of people, and so those people continue to come.
Yeah.
But we've been touring for 6 years straight.
Jeez.
Been a band for 8 years.
Yeah.
And every single year it gets better and better. We have an album that comes out today called Lilith.
Yes.
And it's our third full-length studio album. And every single time, it just, like I said, gets better and better.
Well, I think it's great.
And I love it.
Yeah. If my internet is to be believed, Lilith was made available 5 minutes ago.
That's great, Heidi. We're really proud of your success.
Thank you.
We loved having you as on the air when you were an intern because you were always funny and I hope you learned something from us.
I appreciate now remembering when my boobs were large. Now I know when their birthday is March 16th.
It's March 16th, 2007.
You should celebrate that.
Now you can have a party.
Yeah, I gotta. Now I know.
All right, Heidi. I hope you have a great show. It's tomorrow in the venue,
or maybe moving to the complex.
Yeah. So far, it's been conflicting information. So
yeah. Now who are you playing?
The other, we'll post about it.
Who are you playing with?
Hollywood Undead.
Hollywood Undead. Okay.
Yeah. All right, terrific, Heidi. Butcher Babies is the band, and have a good show.
Good luck, Heidi. Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Well,
see, it pays to be an intern at the Radio from
all kinds of things happen. Yes. All right.
We'll take total credit for that.
Sure.
Well, I might as well.
Because we're not being given credit for anything.
No.
So we'll take credit.
Maybe she'll leave us all T-shirts.
Oh, that'd be nice. Let's see. It's Friday, the new international release date for all music. That means it's time for the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. New music, movies, and games available at Gray Whale today. Here we go. Speaking of Hollywood Undead, their new album available at Gray Whale. California Dreaming is what it's called. Weezer, their new one, Pacific Daydream. The Used, Canyon is the name of their new one. Red is available today, their new one, Gone. Stereophonics, still around, and their new one is called Scream Above the Sounds. The Stranger Things Volume 2 soundtrack is available today. And on LP, your vinyl, Michael Jackson, Scream, a glow-in-the-dark LP.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Also, the It soundtrack is available on LP today, the vinyl. Movies, I'll be watching it this weekend. War for the Planet of the Apes is out. Love that movie. Annabelle Creation, which Jimmy was properly creeped out by. Available. Personal Shopper is out today, and Bushwick, all available. GrayWhaleSLC.com, improved, new, ready for your shopping pleasure. Real-time inventory searches, Killer Whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing there. Constantly updating on sales, promotions, and events. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your music, movies, games, books, and vinyl. Get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new. Or you can, at any of the Gray Whale locations. Join the Killer Whale Club. You'll receive a lifetime discount. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas is coming. Don't.
Farting is far from just a human problem. Animals fart too.
Well, yes. If they have digestive systems, it'll happen.
As the Washington Post reported, there's a new hashtag making the rounds through the science Twitterverse. Hashtag does it fart, which, as you may have guessed, is here to answer any and all questions about which animals are capable of passing gas.
Well, I would say just
Not
about
all.
any.
No, not all.
Really?
Yeah,
Part of digestion. If you digest.
Which animals cut the cheese?
Okay.
Well,
Okay, I don't know which ones do. I want to know the ones that don't.
tons do, of course. Bats, rats, all that.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger they are, the harder they fart.
Of course.
Bear farts are horrible.
Rats, zebras, bearded dragons are among the creatures that fart. Birds, on the other hand, do not seem to pass gas. Birds.
That actually kind of makes sense.
But they could, let's see, marine invertebrates.
So you should eat like a bird so you don't fart?
Oysters, mussels,
Well,
crabs.
how would they fart?
I don't know.
They don't have a bum.
Well, they eliminate waste.
She said in the most scientific way possible.
They eliminate waste. They take in nutrients and eliminate waste. The hashtag has a purpose beyond making scientists giggle at their own handiwork. The paper explained whether or not a given animal farts is apparently a question that zoo employees often receive from kids who come to the zoo.
Well, yeah.
They ask the questions.
Kids would ask that.
If a little scatological humor keeps kids interested in biology, well, everybody wins. And if the hashtag does it fart has you jonesing for more internet things at the intersection of animals and potty humor, there's always... no, I don't think I can say that one. It's about animals with the weirdest genitalia. Okay.
Now, here's someone who's saying that birds fart because they've heard their cockatiel fart. I don't think you have.
What have you heard?
Maybe it's just making a fart
I think you've
sound.
heard it making a fart sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're mimicking you,
Probably
maybe?
imitating you
Yeah.
farting.
Yeah.
Well, this week, Dave?
Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dave listens to the show all week. He listens intently to all the Boehner candidates, and then we have had him in here for the past 45 years to select Boehner of the Week on a weekly basis. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
On Monday, the winner was, how many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands. It's an elementary school forcing a 9-year-old boy with autism to stand in front of the class while classmates voted on whether he was being annoying. Boehner candidate number 2, Tuesdays, dead baby funeral scam. 2 heartless hoaxers begging for money to fund a baby's funeral. They were just running a scam for quick cash. There was no dead baby. There was just a picture of a baby on a board that said, please help donate. Boehner candidate number 3 from Wednesday, it was for health class. A substitute teacher let go from a Michigan school district after inadvertently giving 6th graders an X-rated lesson. According to reports, the teacher plugged in his laptop and there was porn on the screen in the class. Boehner candidate number 4 from Thursday, happy racist Halloween. 2 photos on social media showing students in Ku Klux Klan robes at a Virginia high school, also giving the Nazi salute and saying happy Halloween. And then from today, number 5, you are crisis actors scamming the public. Which one was the worst, Dave, do you think?
Number 5.
Today.
Today's.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's a good choice.
Interesting.
All right, so that is your Boehner of the Week. 9:52.
Well,
I've got to. So the Halloween costume for Hudson.
Oh yeah,
He's got Halloween thing at the doggy play date place.
Is he trunk or treating there?
Well, no, it's they do pictures.
Okay.
At daycare, and of course, so you have to send the dog in with the Halloween costume. Well, Sue thought she was doing me a favor, and she said, I just went online and I found a costume taken care of, not a problem.
Okay.
But then she gets a notification that says, oh, it won't be here until after Halloween.
Oh, jeez. And she's paid for it.
Wait, but no, you're relieved though, right?
I'm kind of relieved
because you didn't.
Well, the one that she got him a unicorn costume, so he'd have to wear the horn on his head.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, hey, he will not like having things on his head. I've put things on dogs' heads, and they don't like things on their heads. And B, he's not, he's going to be a daycare. The other dogs are going to rip it off, or he's going to.
Oh, they're going to make fun of him too.
Then there's
if it's a horn, every dog is going to want to. They're going to think that's a
toy,
chew toy.
You're wearing a chew toy on your head.
I'm telling you,
got a chew.
I'm telling you, they're going to make fun of him.
So it was good and bad. Yeah. But
so you got a costume?
I'm going to make an emergency stop on the way home and get him something,
Yeah.
I'll find something.
Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be a, isn't there a doggy costume store somewhere?
Well, no, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Doggy costumes are huge.
You can get them
Are they
everywhere.
really?
Oh,
people love 'em.
jeez, yes.
How about hats and the Wonder Dog?
Oh, Riley's
Riley.
going to be cheese.
So that's happening?
You're going to let that happen?
Well, I don't.
Really?
It's not a matter of letting it happen. It's.
It would seem to me that it is. You could say no. You're allowing it?
Sure. I don't want her to go trick-or-treating, though. I think that's the mistake.
She's got a bad paw.
Because Jonesy's, she got a bad paw for one. Oh, that's good. I can
Bad
use
hip.
that.
Bad hip.
Because Jonesy's going to be a mouse. So she wanted Riley to be cheese. But
I don't get it.
But you're right. Because she's injured, she can't walk.
Bad hip, bad shoulder. Yeah, can't do it.
I'm a chunk of cheese with a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm limping along.
I still don't get that thing. I don't get that.
The cheese in the mouth?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Okay.
Look who's here.
Oh.
So, John, I don't know. Oh, hey. No, that's a terrible topic. I guess I don't want to bring it up.
What's wrong?
The incident that you witnessed yesterday, it's in the paper.
Well, I didn't witness it.
You were close,
but I was nearby
where somebody shot himself.
That was we did a police. I did a police ride along that night with the Salt Lake
just
Police
to do
Department. Yeah, just I'm just curious. That's just me. And so we were at the Pioneer Division headquarters, which is right nearby where that happened.
Yeah.
And right as we were starting the night, we heard that happen.
Yeah,
So.
you now when you came in, you said, "I saw this."
Well, I saw.
And then you amended your story.
I saw what happened after. Yeah, I saw the
results.
The aftermath.
I saw the after party. I guess you could say. But
no, I wouldn't say that.
No, that's. But no, that I blogged about it. If you go to x96.com, it's all in the blog.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
All right. We'll look for it.
Is this the last of your Disneyland trip today?
This is it.
Okay.
The final chance for Disneyland 3-day park tickets.
So you get four
tickets for 3 days.
For 3 days.
And 2 nights at a Disneyland Park Hotel.
That's a huge prize.
That really is. I mean, that's like $2,000. I mean, that's.
So that's sometime today on the show?
That'll be at 11 o'clock.
Oh, you're telling people.
At 11,
you're not
I'm making
making
it
them
super
listen?
easy. I'm going to give you a keyword that is one of my favorite things about Disneyland.
Cotton candy?
Yesterday was Oogie Boogie, because I like the Oogie Boogie man.
Caramel apples? You know, have you ever had those caramel apples they do?
I
Caramel
haven't.
apples at Disneyland? They're the best.
I'm going to try one next time.
Churro?
Churro.
Turkey leg?
Turkey leg.
Why is it all food?
Turkey leg?
Because that's the best.
Because we've been on all the rides and everything.
The corn dog in California Adventure at Corn Dog Castle.
At the Corn Dog Castle.
Corn Dog Castle?
It's not bad, actually.
Not as good as the Corn Dog cart on
Now,
Main
if it was a
Street.
castle made of corn dogs, I would really like that. But
all right. Let's do a promo and get out of here.
On Monday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45.
Sorry.
Should we do that again?
Yeah, sure.
On Monday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, Amy Donaldson with sports. 8 a.m., Bill Frost with TV. 8:45, somebody named Kerry Jackson with Geek News.
And Chainsaw Guy? Yeah, we're doing Chainsaw Guy on Monday's show. We'll see.
What? We'll see. We say we got to do it. That's all on Monday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Yeah, I guess Monday is the only. Well, Tuesday's Halloween.
Tuesday's Halloween.
We could do it
so.
Monday and Tuesday.
You won't get an argument out of me doing it 2 days.
We'll find out. We'll see if Chainsaw Guy's available both days. He may not be.
You're closest to him, Bill. Will you check?
This is the busy season.
I mean, he's very busy.
Okay.
He's busier than a
We still have the
one-armed
chainsaw
paper
up
hanger.
front. The winner still hasn't picked up their chainsaw. It's still up front.
How much longer till that becomes our property?
I think 2 weeks.
Because they have only a certain number of days.
They have 30 days
to pick it up. Okay, then it becomes our property after that. So, and we're going to share it.
We are.
It's going to be the company chainsaw.
That'd be great.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Bill, why are you peeing all over the radio?
John Smith is next.
Let's get to it.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.